Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another live stream. I am joined today by a very special guest, Robert Burnett.
Wow.
Thank you for joining me, sir, for the first time on my channel.
Wow, this is a great honor. I mean, I can't tell you, I've been watching you for years, and to be on your channel, I can't believe I'm here. Like you're a celebrity in my life, and it's great to be on your stream. My God.
Well, I'm glad that you're here, and we're here to talk about all things figures. We are still waiting for Az heel versus babyface. We don't know if he's coming or not. But if he doesn't, then Rob and I will regale you with stories of Star Wars, I'm sure, and also figures.
Yes, of which you have a lot. More than me. Great display, by the way. I like the pose you have there with our three heroes.
Yes, thank you. I was planning on putting Chewbacca and C-3PO, but I wouldn't have been seen, so I had to just go with these three.
Yeah.
Well, May the 4th be with you, sir. Is it still May the 4th for you over there?
Yes, it is. It's still May the 4th, and I have to say, it was a great pleasure to watch your video of the Jazz Inc. Or is it? Do we know if it's Jazz Inc. or is it Jazz Inc.? The Jazz. I just say Jazz Inc. because they're so jazzy.
Yeah, we'll stick with that.
The Jazz Inc. Hot Toys. It's not Hot Toys. The Jazz Inc. Falcon Cockpit.
Hot Toys
for
scale.
For your Hot Toys, yes.
Yeah.
And I loved your review. Obviously, I've had that on order for 2 years. Mine's been paid off for quite some time, and I knew that I was told I might get it by the end of May. So we're in the month of May. I got my land speeder in March. No, in April. I got it in April, and so I'm looking forward to getting my Falcon Cockpit and then the Bespin gantry at some point. And that Falcon, I think I'm going to have to bust on the other half. I have the Falcon cargo bay, the small section of it. But did you see the schematic?
I saw it.
Yeah. I mean, the rest of the Falcon cargo bay. I mean, you could do a whole display where Ben's training Luke with the remote, and you know, R2 and 3PO are playing. What is it? It's not Sabacc. That's a card game. Djarin?
Holochess.
Holochess. The
colloquial
which
term.
Now I have to go get an old version of the sideshow. The pieces that go on the table, which is very hard to find now, so I have to get them.
We could always 3D print. We could always 3D print them.
Oh, you could. You could probably get great. Like, yeah, see,
I reckon there would be. Files around. If you can't find them, then I will 3D print them for you in translucent blue resin.
Yeah, that's exactly what. Well, they're all different colors. They're almost solid.
We'll do a bit of color, but we still want them holographic, right? Like.
Well, you should actually when you print them, make them available so Yost can put them in the new. That's something they need to add. Yep. I was going to say that to them. They need to add the pieces.
Absolutely, you can't have the holochess table and not have the pieces. It's like having the Falcon cockpit and not having the lights. Yeah, you got to have it.
Got to have lights. And by the way, their Falcon, the cargo bay, there are lights in the chairs, like in the chair. It really looks nice. Yeah. I really, really, really like that. But when I saw the schematic of the entire cargo bay,
oh yes,
come on! I don't know where I'm
very tempted. I'm very tempted. It's going to be like
it's huge, and he's printing a new back wall because the first one only came with a half wall, so he's doing a full-on wall. Like, man, people are like, "What are you talking about?" No, they know.
What on earth are you talking about? Check out the Millennium Falcon cockpit review. It'll give you just a taste of the size of this cargo hold. It's massive. That cockpit was the biggest thing I have ever tried to film, both in length and also in height, because it's very tall.
Right.
I busted out the electronic dolly. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically a rig where you can have the camera slow pan. So none of that was digitally done. That was all proper camera work done on an electronic dolly.
Right.
So yeah, I'm very happy with the end result of that video.
I like some of your slow push-ins and stuff.
Yes,
that was some really nicely done footage.
Thank you.
What will you shoot? What camera are you shooting that on?
I'm just shooting it on my iPhone, same as always.
Do you have a 12? So you have different lenses?
Yes, I've got a 12 Pro Max, but I don't just use the Apple camera app. I've got a purpose-made app for pro filming, so you can adjust white balance and exposure and color temperature, because you can't just like open up camera and then start film, which I used to do when I first started. But you know, you learn tricks.
No, it's great stuff. I mean, that was a great video, and I like how you spent some time shooting the back of the door. That was really. How does that sit in? Does it sit in nice with is there a magnet there?
So it is so nice. That connection is so, like, I can't explain how easy, like, I thought it was going to be challenging to remove that thing, but it slides in and out so effortlessly, and it just snaps in place, and it's just not a worry. It's pretty much the perfect amount of magnetism that they've figured out how to capture there for that door. It's perfect.
It looks great. I mean, I cannot wait. But yeah, I've got to get that.
The box is huge, though.
Yeah, I can only imagine. The box must be twice the size because they have to have the styrofoam to fit inside.
Correct. It is massive. Also, they had a bit of a misprint on mine. At least it still says Justice Mobile on the back of the box.
On the back of the Falcon box?
Yeah.
Well, I do like that schematic. The guy who did the artwork, by the way, nice.
Yes.
I mean, I think of all the look. I get a credit in a movie. I think it's cool, but to have a credit on the box of the Falcon, your name is on the box, dude.
I know. I feel very humbled by the fact that Yost and Hans put my name there. Very nice. Although I didn't really help much with the Millennium Falcon cockpit, but still, I'll take it.
And it sounds like they've been getting very good news from Warner Brothers. I watched that video with his daughter? Yep. It was on the video, and it looks like good on Warner Brothers. Thank you, Warner Brothers.
Looks like they have the green light, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's not a done deal, but it's looking good.
Almost. By the way, Noah Mint with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Noah. Every super chat, by the way, in my streams are going towards my ModuCase fund. The ModuCases have been ordered now, so they are officially going into production. They'll be ready, I don't know, sometime next year. But every super chat will be going to ModuCase Fund. So Noah Mint, thank you very much for kickstarting that fund. Hey guys, hope you're all doing amazing. I got my Hot Toys Alita, and I'm absolutely in love with it. An amazing figure. Yeah, she's awesome.
You know what? I have that figure. I don't know why I slept on it. I have it waitlisted at Sideshow. I should probably get one. Toys Wonderland will probably have it.
It's a nice line of one. It's like it encapsulates the whole film just in one figure. You don't need a line. That's Alita. The film is represented. Easy.
I want to do a display with like my two Hot Toys Sucker Punch figures.
Ooh.
Alita can fight Baby Doll.
That could work. That could work very nicely.
Yeah. So, what are you going to do?
Well, when you get it, I want to see some pics.
Yeah, absolutely.
You need to get that, Alita.
I do. Mr. Dillon says, welcome, Mr. Burnett, and happy May the 4th. Well, thank you, Bob. Is Bob Dylan who gave you... Did he give you the bat? Oh, Bob Dylan,
this is the good. Bob Dylan.
The Bob Dylan.
The.
He's a very generous man. And
but
you know what I would say
for that super chat.
I would say that anybody, if someone gave me a gift, what better way to feature it on the internet and actually do exhaustive reviews of everything? I mean, I would feel that was something that was well done.
Thank you.
That would have made my day if you spent that much time putting my gifts on the internet like you did. Those are great reviews too, by the way. You made me open up my. I bought that first DX Hot Toys Batman, the Christian Bale. I mean, I have the Joker and I have the Michael Keaton Batman DX figures and Indiana Jones and Terminator. But you made me. I went in and opened up my Batman. But I'm like, I'm gonna have to buy the new one, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to, just
why not?
It's gonna be a big up. I think it's gonna be a big upgrade. I'm hoping in terms of posability as well, because the legs on these ones are like really stiff.
Yeah, they're really stiff.
So I'm hoping this DX19 has a bit more, veracity. We want to be able to have him fighting Bane.
Yeah. So the Hot Toys announced a few more figures today for the 4th.
Oh, they did. Like Lane Kramer says, $5 super chat. So is it sad? For all Hot Toys reveals, the one I want is not even available yet for pre-order. The Artillery Trooper bombs away. What I like to call the duo, the Mustard and the Ketchup Trooper. Because, of course, we got the red and the yellow. Thank you, Elaine, for that super chat. And yes, we did see a tease of the Artillery Trooper. I think it's coming. But there was a lot of stuff that actually did go up for pre-order. And Rob and I will now just begin to digest some of these announcements. All right. Where do we even begin? Well, we'll begin at the start. So they announced first, I do believe, it's not the most exciting thing, but it's still an thing. I will bring up some images now. So I've brought up the Hot Toys Facebook page, which of course is the single source of truth for all things Hot Toys.
Yes.
We have the Stormtrooper Commander. I'm sorry I started off with one of the boring ones first.
Although I like the gun. Have we seen that gun before?
That is the E22. So the standard Stormtrooper blaster is the E11, and I'm pretty sure that's the E22, although I'm sure a lot of people are going to tell me I'm way off. It's the DC-27 or something, but this is a Rogue One Stormtrooper with a little bit of weathering and an orange pauldron, and I like it.
I do too.
You can see a... There we go. The Artillery Trooper himself with his mortar setup. I reckon he's coming.
That's a tease, though. Come on now. How hard could that have been to put him up? Just do it.
Who knows if he's even actually yellow? It could have been another one of these just made yellow in Photoshop. But I don't know. Do Hot Toys do that? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That looks good.
This display base is the single most reused display base, I think, in any one line. In the Mandalorian line, this sandy display base has been used for Scout Trooper, regular Mandalorian, IG-11, Beskar Mandalorian, and now this guy right here. I'm not complaining because I kind of like this one, but like we've seen this a lot.
Yeah, you know what though? It's as a utilitarian base, I don't necessarily mind it. Mm-hmm. Although it would be nice if they I'd love to get a base like this, where there's some there's some foliage or something, as opposed to a sandy base, more like a green base of some kind. But that's that's okay. And the thing is, you can never get too many stormtroopers, right?
Oh, absolutely. I think if they put up this guy in the background, this just regular white Rogue One stormtrooper with just a touch of weathering, I think people are going to go crazy for this because the Rogue One guy is so hard to find now, and it's just classic Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
How could you not get 4 of these things at least?
Yeah, and they work wherever. You don't.
Correct.
Maybe he was on Tatooine with who knows. You don't know.
Exactly. And for people who missed out on Sand Trooper, I know this isn't quite Sand Trooper, but it's orange pauldron. It's a relatively dirty stormtrooper. Maybe he could work.
I just wish they wouldn't put footprints in it.
I know. Especially for IG-11, whose feet are rectangular.
Yeah, just leave them. Just make a flat area.
Oh,
but that's it's interesting to me that they don't get this kind of feedback and utilize it. Like I Hot Toys sometimes, as much as I love the figures, I really love, because to me there have not been any better. There's no better line of action figures ongoing. I mean, they're the best, and if you've been buying them
absolutely
from the beginning, like I have their George Lucas, the director figure, which before they had the license, and to see how they've evolved over the last almost 20 years, it's been incredible.
Absolutely. The original figures were good, and Howard Chan actually, I don't know if many people know this, but for the first figure that they put in mass production, which was the Ethan Hunt, that was the first figure that they put through a factory. He actually slept on the floor of the factory when the first mold pulls were being removed from the molds to make sure that the details were correct and the paint applications were correct on everything. That's the dedication of the CEO of Hot Toys. So I don't think he's ever gone away from that. I think that honestly, especially Star Wars, because that's his jam. He loves Star Wars. Apparently he has a whole wing in his house with vintage Star Wars toys. It's like his own
Wow.
little private Star Wars museum, if you will.
I want to know who's got that 6-scale Millennium Falcon they had on display.
I reckon he has.
He
I reckon
must
surely
have it.
he has all the unreleased stuff. He would have to have that.
Yeah. Yeah. Does he have his own Kevin Feige figure? Do they make 2 of them so he could have one too?
I would imagine he has a Howard Chan figure, and
Yeah.
he's got that displayed in the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Oh. So, yeah, first announcement, not that exciting, but it's a Stormtrooper. It's nice, classic, original trilogy style Stormtrooper with orange pauldron. Can't really go wrong here. I don't think.
No, I mean, you never go wrong with Stormtroopers anyway.
Next up, they dropped a very surprising announcement for me. I never thought that we would just get the standalone Grogu. I thought that it was always going to be a gift with purchase type thing with other characters. Right. Unless they made it articulated. If they were going to do it standalone, I thought it would have a fully cloth robe with a jointed body underneath. They didn't do that. We have Grogu here. The same Grogu, by the way, that comes with the Beskar Mandalorian. I don't know if everyone who's here knows this, but it's actually not a full Grogu. It's only half of him.
Really?
Yep. So if we scroll through the pictures until we get to the one where we... Oh, by the way, a Lothcat and a little frog. I really like that Lothcat. I don't know why.
Yeah, I do too. That's really cool, though.
I love it. So if we scroll through until we see one of the Grogu himself from above, there we go. It's got that same flat bottom that came with the one with the Beskar Mando. So it's actually only half a Grogu. You cannot have him standing. You can only have him in one of the 2 hover prams. Which, will people be mad about that? I don't know.
Maybe they'll put a new one, put a second one in.
It would have been nice to get an ultimate Grogu pack with
a
fully articulated one.
Yeah, I wonder what the price point on this is going to be, because that's
in Australia it's $300.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
For a 6-scale Grogu.
I know.
You're buying accessories, basically. That's. But I understand they're milking it. All right.
I do like his little ear being folded forwards, though, and tucking around the blanket. I like that. That's cute. So, yes, I will be reviewing half a Grogu in a spam container, it seems. Oh, I don't know if this is going to be possible because you only got half a figure, but the frog looks excellent. And I wish you could pop it in his mouth. That would be even better.
Yeah. Or at least do a head where it's the foot's coming out of his mouth.
Yes, that would be excellent. But the Lothcat looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks really, really good.
The detail on this guy looks great. And he could go in your Rebels display, even, if we ever get Rebels figures, maybe one day. That would be nice. So yes, Grogu. Rob, what do you think? Standalone Grogu, yay, nay? Lothcat?
I don't know, man. I mean, for $300, depending on the price point, maybe. But Beskar Mando, how many Grogus do we need? I mean, there's a lot. And what they should do with each figure, they have an opportunity to give us different Grogus.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And that's what I think they should do.
Absolutely agree. We'll see when this guy comes out, if they make any changes. But I don't think they will. We're getting to the good stuff. We are getting to the good stuff.
Yeah, this was pretty damn neat, I have to say.
Huge surprise.
Big surprise. And thank God they did something. Thank God they didn't just make this.
Yes.
That they gave us an option. I mean, this is very cool, but is this Mando? This Mando is just a reuse of Beskar Mando, which is fine.
It's the same Mando, which now is so expensive, by the way. So if you all want him, you can get him with the blurg now, which is great news for people who missed out the first time.
Right? Is the Beskar Mando gone?
No, this is the original.
Oh, that's
Durasteel. Yeah.
Oh, well then, there you go.
Yes.
I'm sure all the people that were hanging on to theirs because of investment are pissed, but okay.
Yeah, I know a couple of people who bought multiple. Let me just put it out there: Hot Toys, unless it's a happy coincidence, they're not really a good. It's not a stock market type thing. It's not really an investment thing. Most of the time, they do appreciate, which is a great side effect, but they're kind of just more meant as collectibles than anything else, I think. because they can reissue them, and then your value's shot. So risky.
Yeah, it is. And look, for me, these things should be taken out and displayed so you can enjoy them.
Correct. It's like, look at that. It's a 6 scale blurg.
I know. Now, how can you not want it?
It looks stunning.
It really does.
Massive.
I wonder if you think the mouth is going to open? It doesn't look like it does from that position.
I wish it would, but I don't think it. I think it's just a solid hunk of that rubbery. You know, that type of material they always use.
Right? You think it's going to be rubbery, like a Phison body or something? Because
no, I think it'll be more like those diorama pieces. You know, when you get an Iron Man figure and it comes with like an Ultron arm, and it's not super rigid, but it's not super rubbery. It's that sort of in between. I think it'll be that.
Yeah.
That type of
material. Come on, that's so cool.
I'm going to get another Durasteel Mando. I can't really complain, right?
Yeah, you can display them both. You need come on.
Exactly. One with the regular shoulder pad and one with the Beskar one now. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Boy, I got to tell you, Hot Toys must be laughing all the way to the bank with the Mandalorian. I mean, I would love to know. I would love to see the sales figures on the Mando figures versus Avengers figures. Like which one, especially in the States, have Mandalorian figures outsold, say, certain Iron Man or Avengers figures?
I don't know. It's a tough call. By the way, his helmet looks the paint applications look slightly different to the original. It looks chroma, like more.
Yeah, it does. And what about all the stuff on the armor, the dents and everything on the armor? Is that the same or is it different?
I am curious to compare this guy because it'll be a year or so before we get this. So the paint process that they have now will not be the same in a year from now.
Right.
Even if they wanted it to be, they won't be able to use the same paints and technologies that they're using from a year ago because they'll be painting new stuff. It won't be around. So there will be subtle differences. I'm very curious to see this one compared to the original one when he comes out. It looks like the stitching on his leather is also orange now. I don't remember if the original was orange. The orange is accurate. So we will find out. We will find out when he does eventually release. So yes, Mandalorian and Blurg. I think that's a win.
A big win. And you can get the Blurg on its own.
You can. You definitely can. And I know a lot of people will probably do that because you'll already have a Mando. There we go. The Blurg is being sold separately, by the way. The last announcement that we had is kind of not just a single announcement, but they did say in the wording that they are bringing the team. So if we take them at their word, we should be seeing the rest of the team.
I have to say, whether you love the Bad Batch or not, this is a pretty handsome figure, man.
Oh yes. The Karma skirt, the classic ARC Trooper DC-17 pistol. Oh.
That is very tasty.
Yeah. Big time. Big time. And unmasked head sculpt. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought, no way we're going to get 5 individual Tamura Morrison head sculpts in the different styles. But they did it. They went and did it.
Yep. I mean, how badass. I mean, you can pose some of them with the helmets on and others with holding them like this. I love that idea. Like, and you, of course, got to catch them all. They're like Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Right down there. Look at the bottom. You got to have that set.
I mean, come on. They're not stupid.
No, absolutely not. But not Wrecker. Wrecker's not in the front. Wrecker goes right at the back because he's, in my opinion, the most annoying character in that whole show. I really... Every time he came on screen, I was just like, ugh, don't talk! Just do your thing and don't talk. You're so annoying. Steph was like, shut up, I'm trying to watch this show. But, yeah, Wrecker, not my favorite character. But Echo, though, looks...
Very cool. The colors...
I love the... that chalky aesthetic that the armor has, just like in the show. You know how they have that chalky sort of look about it? They nailed it here.
Yeah, they really did.
I mean, just look at it.
It's... What a great figure.
Oh, I cannot wait to build this team in 1/6 scale. If you don't like the show, I mean, they're just badass troopers with individual sets of armor. And the leader, Hunter, is basically wearing Republic Commando armor, and who doesn't like Republic Commandos? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just...
I think the one takeaway, the thing that I was most excited for May the 4th, so I don't know if there's going to be a part 2 today, because of course this was announced yesterday for May the 4th in Hong Kong. I don't know if we're going to get a part 2, and Clone Wars Obi-Wan will go up for pre-order finally. That would be nice. Hot Toys, please, we need him. Or if this is going to be it.
Yeah, I think this probably would be it. I mean, I can't imagine, because May the 4th will be over in 4.5 hours.
Okay. Hot Toys. I mean, now's your time. Look at that Hunter. Damn. That is... If they... I know they said they were going to do the team, but if they only do these two, I would still be happy.
Yep. I mean, what a great display right there. Come on.
Beautiful. I wish they would include some of this rock diorama stuff, though.
I know. I'm surprised.
Stuff.
I'm surprised Hot Toys doesn't have a line of generic stands and rocks and diorama stuff that they make. I'm surprised that they don't do that.
I'm quite surprised as well, because stuff like this simple gargoyle display-based thing, which I keep bringing out because I love it so much, can be used with so many characters. It's such an easy thing. It's one single mold. It requires little to no paint, and you can sell it. It's as part of pretty much just its own line, and it can go in the Spider-Man line and the Batman line. Same thing with like a rock diorama base. You can use it with so many characters.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much like 12th scale stuff. You can buy so much 12th scale diorama stuff, even cardboard buildings and things like that if you want. But I would think that there'll be more of this 6 scale stuff. Maybe they'll start doing that in the future. I don't know.
I hope they do, because I mean, like, it's simple. It's just a couple of rocks, right? But it just sets the scene. It puts him in his element, and it looks badass.
Are you gonna did you order any Jazz Ink moisture evaporators?
I did not.
See, I think I gotta jump on that because they're cool, man.
They are cool. I could always 3D print some, though. Is the thing.
That's
I got
true.
my resin printer downstairs. I could always 3D print like 1 million of those things. So maybe
they're pretty big too.
They are quite large. So maybe it's one of those things where you can do it, but then like the effort involved is like, I could just pay this guy and then I can just have his version sent to me, and it requires no effort.
Right. I know, that's the thing.
So, yes, we will see about that. That is not all, though, from May the 4th. There are a couple more teasers on the Sideshow website, and I don't know if you've seen these, Rob.
No.
But basically, Sideshow has a deal with Hot Toys where it seems for this May the 4th stuff, it was sent to the States. So all of this stuff is on display in the States. So there won't be any figure preview videos for a while until this stuff hits Hong Kong again. I don't know when that's going to happen, but they had some of their own stuff on display.
Oh.
You ready?
Yeah.
This is something that I never thought I would see made by anyone.
Wow.
This is beautiful.
An anime version. I mean the actual animation, because I have their original version of this figure. Well, it wasn't quite this figure, but that's
I know the one you're talking about.
You know, the clone. It's Anakin Clone Wars. I have that, but this is like, is this Revenge of the Sith Anakin?
This is Season 7 Clone Wars Anakin. It is made by Sideshow, so Sideshow aren't really known to show something and then not release it. So if they're showing this, they are committed to doing this line, I believe. It was on display at their mini Star Wars convention. It looks awesome. I never thought I wanted animated style figures, but like even his hands are animated style.
Right, yeah. But now the question is, what do you put this with? Are they going to make another animated?
That's the issue.
It's a one-off, unless they're
Although,
oh, well, then there you go.
It's a line of 2. And if it was just those 2, I'd be happy.
Well, yeah, those 2 would work together. You have them together. Why not? Have them fighting.
It's badass.
Yeah,
Honestly, I never thought that I would want this. Now that I've seen it, I can't get enough of this. I keep looking at these 2 images is all we've got, but I mean,
Pretty
it
neat.
could work. It could work with your clones because wearing a helmet, it doesn't matter. You can't see the face. It doesn't matter if they're animated or not, right? Like, it would be good to get animated style clones, but if you don't, they could work quite nicely if you just have Rex, Cody, Obi-Wan, Anakin. It's a pretty good set. It's a really good set.
I have a lot of the clones that Sideshow made.
I mean, I think a lot of people who, like you, have those clones will probably be keeping a keen eye on this line. If Obi-Wan and Anakin sell well, I would imagine we would be getting, probably not Ahsoka, because that would require a lot of work. It would require a brand new body. It would require...
But isn't Hot Toys doing an animated Ahsoka too?
They are, but she errs on the side of realistic.
Right,
I think too realistic to go along. Although, I mean, no, there's no stopping someone releasing a third-party head in this style to go on that body. That could work.
I really do love the face sculpts.
I know. Look at that. That Anakin
They're
one
really
is
cool.
Just perfect.
Yeah, that one really looks good. And the outfit looks incredible.
It does. It has that chalky Clone Wars vibe. Like, I don't know how to describe it other than that, like, you know, that weird sort of aesthetic that it has. It looks like that somehow.
Yeah.
They've
It's really neat. It's really neat.
Out of all the announcements from May the 4th, I don't know why, but I'm most excited about these 2 Sideshow animated figures. It's crazy.
Well, I like them because there's something different, you know? There's something new that you don't normally see.
It's out there. It's very promising if they do continue the line. I'm hoping that they sell well and then this line does continue. Speaking of lines that are endlessly continuing, Queel is a thing now. What do we think of Queel?
Well, it says Hot Toys and Sideshow.
Yes, so this is the that Hot Toys Queel that was teased in the Mandalorian and Blurg pics. This is him. So he's been put on display now. I'm fairly confident that they will put this up for pre-order. I'd give it 75% confidence.
I gotta have this. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah,
I've spoken. I need it.
I know. I think a lot of people will want this, and it shows that they're committed to the line. If they're doing Queel, then I would say an armorer is possible now.
Yep.
So, yeah, let's go deep into this Mandalorian line. I'm surprised we didn't get Queel already, to be honest.
Yeah, I am too.
So we'll see. Also, it did say on the Sideshow, on this little event that they're having, the Star Wars Fan Week, the event was running from May the 5th to May the 7th. So I don't know if that means they're putting more stuff out, like Sideshow specifically.
Yeah.
It could do. They're making it a couple of day long event. So we shall see if they put anything else out. But of course, we already saw Hunter in the Echo promo pics. Hunter, again. He was on display at their event, and he looked great. I'm excited for these figs, to be honest.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. And then the last thing, which we have seen before, but was on display again, which is kind of renewing the interest once again, and we have seen that speeder bike recently. By the way, that Scout Trooper speeder bike video took me all day to film. It was the most
That video you did, by the
way,
way, that was great too.
Thank you. But it was white, first of all, and then it was huge. That was the second challenge. It was like so many of those individual challenges, which usually I would have to tackle, but just all in one. So it took me all day to film that. Anyway, I don't know why I'm complaining about that. I'm really happy with the speeder bike, except I broke it. I did break it.
What?
Yeah, it's not good. The handlebar just snapped right off. I wasn't even doing anything crazy. I was literally I'd finished the review. All the filming was done. It survived. I was just about to pop it back on top of the shelf. And of course, popping him on there, the handlebar just snapped clean off. So I'm getting it replaced. Just that handlebar section. Yeah. And of course, the glue wouldn't hold. Because, why would it? So
yeah, I broke my my blue glasses. They're cheap, but they're too small to fix. Oh well.
God damn it.
So my box of these cheap $5 glasses, I just had a box and took Well, it's time for the herring, the horn rims, I guess. All right. This is a badass figure too. But and this Mando is full Beskar armor. I guess he would be.
He's wearing his Season 2 thigh plate and his Season 2 knee plate.
Yeah.
Although his flight suit is the wrong color. I'm sorry to everyone who thinks it is grey. It is brown, especially in Season 2. It's even, because the color palette shifted even more warm, it's even more brown. So his flight suit is the wrong color. I'm hoping that's something they fix when this guy goes up for pre-order. I think it's only a matter of time this is happening. I think.
It's pretty great.
Would you get it?
Hell yeah.
Hey.
The vehicle. But I wish I could get it standalone without the Mando figure, because by the time...
That is going to be interesting, actually. Will they?
I don't know.
Well, that's it for May the 4th.
Well, you know what? There's something else that I wanted to talk to you about, because I watched your video for it, which was Captain America.
Yes.
I watched that video. I mean, that figure...
I'll bring up some pics.
The guy who takes your pictures has just gotten better and better and better doing it. And what's his name? Ryan?
Yep.
Ryan does a fantastic job. This figure looks amazing. The face sculpt, I mean, you really got into the articulation on the wings. Like, we wondered if the wings would be able to be folded over to do that.
Yeah. Just check that out. It comes right around the front.
I mean, what a great, great, great figure this is.
Let's see if we can get a nice close-up on that head sculpt, because it is one of the very best. There we go.
That figure, that head sculpt is insane.
It looks... If you showed that to someone who wasn't well-versed in figures, I reckon they would believe that was the real person.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said in the comments about my thumbnail that they thought it was a screen cap from the show. That's how realistic this guy looks.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, these figures, it's really interesting to go back and look at how the paint apps of Hot Toys figures have evolved over the years, and now they have the shading. You know, it's not just the toyetic one color fits all. They've got shading on faces, and they're doing stubble, and it's real. I mean, look at that. Look at that look at that picture, man.
Oh.
Like, he looks like he could just start busting your chops by, talking shit about you if you wanted to. I mean, this is... Look at how good that is.
I know. It looks insane.
I want to know...
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say, a lot of people are fussing over the outfit, saying that they don't like it. But even they admit that in figure format, it looks stunning. It works.
Yeah, no, it works. I mean, everything about it. I mean, I guess people can complain about it, whatever, but because you've got like a little bit of the stealth suit in there from Captain America: The Winter Soldier,
with the silver wings on the star.
But I don't know what people expect. I mean, it's pretty great. I like you said, it just in toy form, it looks so cool.
Yeah. I'm even in the show, as soon as he stepped on screen for the first time, I was like, damn! Yeah. I was really impressed. I don't know why people are saying that it doesn't look good. I thought it looked great in the show, to be honest. And it looks even better in toy form.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's a must-own figure. Must-own.
Absolutely. It's very toyetic, but also very realistic. It works. It works on so many levels.
So many levels.
So thank you, Hot Toys, for your commitment to Marvel. Now, make us also a Falcon, please, because
I would like
everyone wants that.
Yes, and I want we're not going to get it until Marvels, I guess, but I want a Monica Rambeau. I want to have her.
Yes,
I want her to go that full-on black and white '80s Monica Rambeau. I don't know if they're ever going to do that, but I would love that with when she had the fro and the black and white.
Yeah, that'd be badass.
It would be badass. I mean, of course, they'd probably do rooted hair, which might be a little weird, but maybe. With my Jimi Hendrix I have back here.
Imagine a sculpted afro. That thing would be heavy.
Mm-hmm. Although I have to say, my Jimi Hendrix looks pretty damn good with the hair. So, by the way, I have not got my Toys Wonderland. They shipped me like 2 weeks ago. I got shipped my. I don't have it yet. and I want it. I don't know where it is. Lost in translation, I hope. Yeah, I hope it gets here.
I'm in the same boat. I had the Henry Cavill Justice League Superman head sculpts, the ones from 1/6 kit, sent on the 31st of March. It is now the 5th of May, and they are still not here.
Where they come from? Hong Kong?
Yeah.
But you're Australia. It should be just a hop, skip, and a jump.
It's literally an 8-hour flight. 8-hour flight from Hong Kong to here. But I reckon it's sitting somewhere in some Australian post depot. And
Right.
they just can't be bothered getting it out here. And then finally they'll be like, hey, what's this? Let's maybe that today we'll get that out there.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, maybe.
And
It's
then
been 2 months, it's fine.
the other figure, and we joked about it, that you did a
Yes.
great review on, was Kylo Ren.
I really liked it,
Well,
surprisingly.
dude, I gotta tell you, I had no interest. I'm like, I'm not gonna buy. And then I was like, man, I looked at your review. I'm like, that's a pretty good figure.
He won me over. He's really surprisingly good, and I didn't expect that.
Oh, I dig it.
That head sculpt is like insane. And then the glowing, pulsating effect on the helmet, which I didn't even know they were doing, by the way.
Yeah,
You can't beat it.
yeah, it's pretty nifty.
I think it is the best Kylo that I have seen today.
Yeah, no, I think by a wide margin. I think it really is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shall we address some of the super chats, perhaps?
Absolutely.
Joshua Lopez with a $2 super chat. How trustworthy is the payment plan, or are the payment plans on Toys Wonderland? Rob, you've used the payment plans on Toys Wonderland.
I'm using it now. I think it's good. I really like the way it works, and I like Toys Wonderland a lot. Actually, the shipping has been great, and no complaints. Big fan, actually.
So, yes, the payment plans are solid.
Yeah.
Feel free to give it a whirl. Start off with something, I don't know, just get a third-party head sculpt or something and just test it out if you want to know how it works, like a $30 thing, and then see how it goes. Don't make a huge commitment off the bat, and then maybe we shall see. Simon with a Canadian $6.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Thanks for all the content. I know it's early in the stream, but favorite announcement from today? Ooh, I'll start with you, Rob. What's your favorite announcement from today?
Probably the Mando and the Blurg, just because it was. You know what? To me, I love other accessories, whether it's a speeder bike, the dewback, a Blurg, having something your figures can ride on, or I still have like Captain Tarples, the 6 scale Captain Tarples on the whatever that thing's called from Phantom Menace when they were first releasing 12-inch versions of that back in 99 and 2000. Yeah. I still have a lot of those figures now. I was like that figure. I mean, while I didn't like the goofiness of that, I did like having it. It's like, that's a creature. That's pretty cool. All right.
The creatures are one of the best parts. Let's be honest. Even when they're goofy, they're like, it's part of the universe, and it's that world building thing that's like, you never know what you're gonna see, and I love it. Even though sometimes it's weird stuff. So
yeah. Yeah.
My favorite announcement was probably if I can't count the animated sideshow figures, because I would straight up go for them. If I can't count them because they're not actually up for pre-order, probably Echo, I would say. Bad Batch hype is real. I thought that we were never going to get 6 scale versions, so I picked up the Black Series ones, which are pretty good, by the way. They all have unhelmeted head sculpts. You can remove the helmet. It's not like a Hot Toys one where the helmet is a separate thing. You can actually remove it. So far we have 2. We have Crosshair and Hunter. But I thought we were never going to get them in 6 scale, so I thought, I'll just buy all the Black Series ones.
Right.
So I have the whole crew coming, including Wrecker, who is my least favorite. That was a hard thing to pre-order because I was like, damn, I hate that character. But
yeah.
I know a lot of people like Wrecker, so I apologize. Mr. Tickle Trunk with a $5 Canadian super chat. Modu case activate. Also, curse you, Robin, as if he isn't dead asleep at 3 a.m. I think he is, for getting me addicted. I don't buy, but I always watch all 3 of you. First of all, I apologize for getting you addicted, but also I don't apologize. You're welcome. Enjoy it.
I mean, it's joyful. I mean, it's when you look at people's collections, and like I look at what's really funny is your thumbnails when they pop up, like Justin's collection. I'm like, oh, is it a new collection video? And they're like, oh, it's from 8 months ago. I'm like, I'll watch it again.
I do need to do a new collection video. A lot of people keep telling me because I've added so much stuff, like new stuff. The Sideshow X-Men are in, the quarter scale Spidey is in, and trying to fit that thing on top with all the Iron Man quarter scale Iron Man figures was no small task, I tell you. Maybe I'll do one more before the module case, and I'll save it for 8 to 10 months or whatever until module case arrives. But I'll do one final one. Let me know when you're ready for that, and I'll get it done.
I wish I lived in Australia, because I'd love to come over to your house when you build the module cases, and I would just want to sit there and watch you set up all of your figures. Sit there with
when we can travel again, feel free to come down to Australia. You are always welcome, sir.
It's been a while. I mean, I haven't been there since 2005. I'll bring over a bunch of Coopers. I'll keep it away from your figures, but I'll just drink while you I'll drink my Coopers while you set up the figures, and I'll go. You should raise his hand a little bit more. Just do that. I'll be a backseat poser.
Oh man, when my mate Nathan and I, who's a great poser, when we were setting up this room in this place when we just moved, I was thinking we were never going to get this done because he was like going with each individual figure and changing the pose. He's like, can I have this hand? Can I have this hand? I'm like, Nathan, there are 450 figures here. We will never get this done if we go one at a time.
Never.
But we did, and it took us like 5 days, and finally we got it done.
It's amazing. But how much fun was that?
That was the best part. Moving all the glass cabinets was the worst. And then when I could just sit back and we could just work on the poses and having I like these, what I like to call like the movie poster aesthetic, how it sort of comes around and it encapsulates that line just in a nice sort of cohesive one unit sort of look. And we did that a lot in this new display. And in module case, we'll have even more space.
Yeah, I had an imagination connoisseur, one of my viewers on my channel named Ori from Texas. He collects 12 scale figures, and that's what he was doing. He was in his cases, when you looked into them, he was posing all his figures as if they were individual posters.
I love that.
And he did a great job. And I was like, man, that's a terrific idea, especially with module cases, because there's room to move. You've got room in the front and the back. And when you ordered module cases, did you have them make you risers for the insides of the shelves?
So basically, mine was mostly custom. So in the back, we've got some DF ones, and on the side, there's 6 ones. And I did ask about risers. But they said that it shouldn't be necessary because all the shelves are adjustable, and I do have I have extra shelves in there. But I've already got my clear risers that I use now. So worst case scenario, I can already use what I've got. But basically everything is infinitely adjustable, which I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. So now it's confirmed. Also, they're all pre-wired with their LED strips. I don't have to go and... The issue with my current cases is they cost however much they cost, and then I had to go and do the lights after, which was another huge expense.
Yeah, what a pain.
So module case is all in one. The light strips, the build,
you went for the strips, not the spotlights.
Yes, correct. I may have to put some lights. I don't know if they're at the front or the back or wherever. I might have to double up because they are black now, so they will be a little bit darker towards the back. So I may have to do a bit of backlight as well. We'll see when it arrives. I guess there's gonna be time to play around with it. I just don't know if this. So this desk is going to be where it is now, and then the module case is going in the back. I don't know if this desk is going to fit in here and have a decent amount of room along the sides.
Because those module cases are big. Yeah.
I might have to downsize the desk, which is unfortunate. But anyway, the number one most important thing is the figures, of course, right? It always.
Yeah. Damn it.
So... we'll say at least we're getting a room back. Steph will be very happy that we've got a spare room back in the house when the figures are in here.
That's when that's where I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah, well, we already have a guest room.
So you do? I'm coming.
Yeah, come on down. Come on down.
Oh yeah.
Last Masanori with a 200 yen super chat. Thank you very much. And you are right. Sideshow is now doing Clone Wars animated looks. I cannot wait for those figures. Those are my most hyped thing from this announcement. Were those animated figures?
Oh, they're so good. That's very exciting.
Beautiful.
And,
Is that
you
the
know,
first like real high-end merch that we've seen in that animated style? I think so.
well, there's been statues and things like that, but in terms of
Figures.
yeah. I mean, I do like those, and the head sculpts are terrific. So
I'm all about that.
yeah,
So
yeah, me too.
we will see when they come out. I will compare them to the other ones, and we'll see which ones y'all do prefer. With a $1.19.
I got to meet. I
love that.
I had on my own show. I had her on Midnight Metal. She was a fantastic guest. You know,
Awesome.
it's funny. Sometimes you meet people online that you never met before, and you're like, man, I wish that we lived in the same city. We'd totally hang out. You know, she was great. I didn't know she was a fan of action figures. I guess everybody is. Come on, man.
Everyone's a fan deep down. If you like movie characters, then how can you not like having them in your house? That's what I think.
Right. I completely agree. I completely agree. And we need more of them.
We absolutely do.
I just wish, look, I understand that Hot Toys is, they make their money off Star Wars and Marvel and DC. But that's basically what they've become. They've become a de facto toy company for these three franchises.
Correct.
And I know, I mean, look, they've made a Vito Corleone that I love. The Crow, Eric Draven from The Crow, I love that figure, and I like their RoboCop figures, but even RoboCop only sold a certain amount. There's so many like movie figures. Like, I wish they would never do this, but they did that Ellen Ripley they did is really good, from Alien. And
Yeah.
I wish that they would do all of the crew of the Nostromo, but they're not exactly. Why would they?
They're going. I've noticed of late they're going very broad, but not very deep into lines.
No.
So like with WandaVision, we'll just get Wanda and Vision. We won't get anyone else. Whereas like
Right.
Hot Toys 5 years ago would have given us a Halloween 2-pack, and they would have given us civilian Vision and civilian Wanda in the multiple different eras with different outfits. But now they are so like they spread themselves so thin now. It seems that they're just so light touch, which I don't know if I'm in for that.
But I mean, you know what it is? I think the problem though is, and I worry about this as I was talking to you earlier, there is a brand new company that is only going to make 6-scale high-end Star Trek figures.
Yes.
Exo 6. And the first one that they're putting out is Data from First Contact with two different heads. And the second one they're doing is Picard from First Contact, and they're doing his captain's chair, which again, what I love about that is the real problem that that Star Trek has always had is Star Trek doesn't appeal to the same mass audience that buys toys of, say, Marvel characters or the Justice League. So anybody who has the Star Trek license is facing an uphill battle in terms of what they're going to make. And I think that Exo 6 did a really smart thing by putting out Data from First Contact as their first lead figure, and then Picard, because those two go together. If you like, if you like Star Trek and you collect figures, and then you got Picard's captain's chair, and then they're releasing 5 other figures from the original series, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise. And if you're a figure collector, you'll want to get all 4 or 5 of those figures because they're unique and they're putting out different versions of figures than we've ever received before in that size. And I think that's really, really smart. But the problem is, if you want to get the whole crew, people aren't going to buy like Uhura, and they're not going to buy the downstream characters because, once you get Kirk, Spock, and McCoy, most fans are like, okay. But completists like myself would want the entire crew of the original series. But then the problem is Uhura, Chekhov, Sulu, and even Scotty are not going to sell nearly as many as the big 3 characters. So how do you justify...
This is how you do it.
How do you make money?
This is how you do it, because they're facing multiple challenges with this. If they do the main characters and then the main characters are sold out by the time these side characters come out, they're not going to sell, right? So they either have these main characters always available, which is not very easy to do, so that as people discover the line later on as it gets, they are easily able to get into it, because most of the time the challenge is getting into that line after it's started. They're all already sold out. So either do that or package the less desirable ones with the most desirable ones. Two-pack.
Right.
That would be the best way, because most hardcore fans will want, like, even if maybe it's a B-list character or it's something that they would have picked up sometime down the line in the secondary market, if they have to get it along with a main character, like a Kirk, they're much more likely to do it, because they're not going to want to miss out on their main characters, and they'll also be getting the side characters, plus you can charge a little bit more.
Or what I would really like to do, and if I had the license, I would have a Build-A-Bridge where you could get, like, you know, because the bridge it's designed, the shape of it, to pull apart, you know, so the circular bridge, you could literally, you get the bridge wedges that light up, so you get Uhura with her station. And they've tried to do this. They did this, I think it was Art Asylum, when Enterprise came out, they made like 3 different bridge sections, which was cool, but then they discontinued the line, because with Star Trek, the newer shows, like, I don't know if anybody would spend money on a 6 scale, not because I dislike Discovery, which I do, but I just don't.
I tried to watch it. I couldn't get into it.
No, there's nothing to get into. It's that's just me. But I mean, those those uniforms are not good. Like they're too ornate. There's too much going on. I don't like the color. I don't like the piping, and so I'm glad that Paramount or CBS or whomever didn't demand that X06 make Discovery figures. You know, they're coming out with their 5 captains. They're not doing Michael Burnham.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I don't think that those have enough of a presence. I mean, maybe in 10 years or something, if somehow unbeknownst, some miraculous thing happens that I will never understand, that Star Trek Discovery becomes a touchstone of our culture, which is never going to happen. But if it did, maybe somebody in 10 years is going to be like, oh my God, I have to have that Michael Burnham. And
you must have it.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm so glad that this line that they're going from Data and Picard's command share, which is great, because if that's all they gave us, those 2 figures, that would be awesome. But the 5 captains, they say that they're all going to be out in the 3rd quarter of 2021. I'm like, bring them on. I want all of them. I want Archer. I want Cisco. I want everyone.
It seems like they're doing it in-house, which is very good. For a line that's niche, you don't want to be going the factory route, because you have huge production numbers. You've got to pay for molds. If you are molding and casting and painting and doing everything in-house, it's a lot more work. But if your staff are willing to do it because it's a passion project, whatever, your overheads will probably be less than having to go for a huge 100,000 unit mass production route. Maybe you're making 5,000 in-house.
Right.
It's smarter. And it seems like, based on their website pictures that we've looked at before, that they are making them and boxing them already. So potentially by the time some of these go up for order, they will be ready to ship, which is
perfect. And for those who are interested in the First Contact Picard from this new company, they go up for pre-order at 9 a.m. Pacific time and noon Eastern time here in the States tomorrow.
Okay.
So and
get on it, folks.
Sideshow's you can get them from Sideshow, but if you want to get a pre-order from them, I guess the first ones that would come out, they said their data sold out in an hour. So if you want the Picard, if you go on it's noon Eastern time. So
excellent. And you might be getting a first batch if you're ordering from them directly versus having to wait for it to come in stock with Sideshow. We don't know that, obviously, but potentially could be the case, because they're in Hong Kong, it seems, as well. All good toy makers are in Hong Kong.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm all for that. I'm just excited because, I'm QMX. These other licensees, these Trek licensees, they could never get their act together. QMX Correct. Put out Kirk, Spock, McCoy, Khan. They discontinued Scotty. you know, and it's kind of a bummer. But
Seems like these people are committed. There's a fire under their butt, and I can't wait to see these figures in person.
you know, Bob Dylan here brings up something that I wanted to ask you about.
Yes.
Every time they make a new Tamora Morrison head sculpt, boys got to get paid, right?
Absolutely. Unless, because Lucasfilm is a fan of doing this, unless they own his likeness rights. Because I'm pretty sure they own the likeness rights to Mark Hamill, because back when Star Wars was first a thing in the 70s, you know, I don't think anybody thought that it was going to be as big of a hit as it is, but they own the likeness rights to Mark Hamill, so he doesn't get huge royalties on head sculpts and etc. Tamura, I don't know if that's true for him. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be curious because, you know, unless they made him sign likeness rights in perpetuity throughout the universe, which means they have it forever. But every time they do a new iteration, that's a new thing. Like,
correct.
If
and
it's
that means a new payday.
Yeah. I mean, if it, like I signed this deal to be Django and Boba Fett or whatever, but those are the kind of things I just want to know about from a producerial standpoint. You know, working in the
just
film
as an
business,
interesting,
as an aside,
type
like
of tidbit.
Because I wonder with Lucasfilm, knowing that toys, let's face it, they've made more money on toys than anything else merchandising. I mean, I read somewhere even before the sequel trilogy that when Star Wars was sold to Disney, Star Wars had generated $22 billion in toy sales or something, and that was net.
Oh my.
I'm like, that is just off. I mean, people that I thought I would have done more. No, 22 billion is a huge number.
And we didn't have stuff like we have now. Like, before it was sold to Disney, I don't think, like, Black Series was a thing. These 6-inch things that people... It's cheap, they're really high quality, people love them. We've got more Hot Toys than we ever had for Star Wars. So now, more than ever, I think that the loot / marketing / merchandise machine is churning away. And I think they're making big bucks. And Tamura... Congrats to him. I don't have any problem with him making bank over all of these appearances.
No.
He's got the best gig in all of Star Wars, I think.
And not only that, he's Aquaman's dad.
Oh, yes.
You know,
he's Aquaman's dad, he's Captain Rex, he's Commander Cody, he's Boba Fett, he's everybody.
He's everybody. I mean, that guy... I mean, he was a New Zealand actor. You know, he was in like Once Were Warriors, and he's a great actor. And yep. I love that his renaissance. And how funny is it that most of these characters were animated? You know, we've never even seen them. And when they go and they turn them into something else, then they have to use his likeness, his head sculpt, or it's crazy.
It's awesome. I love it. Congrats to him. Honestly, he's got, in my opinion, the best gig in all of Star Wars. Again. With another $1.99 super chat, thank you. Loved Anakin Mythos. Is there a Mythos Anakin that we missed out on?
I don't know.
Let's have a look.
Or maybe that was a statue.
It is a statue. We may as well take a look at it. I have it up on screen. Mythos Anakin. I never thought that the line would get to a Mythos version of Anakin, but here he is. It kind of just looks like Clone Wars Anakin to me.
Yeah. That's pretty dope, though. That's a pretty cool... I like that.
It skirts around... So this is how Sideshow gets away with it, I think. It skirts around the likeness rights by not having it really look like him at all.
Right.
But it's got the beats there, it's got the long hair, and it's got the scar, and it's got a bit of a scowl, so it looks enough like Anakin to be like, oh yeah, it's an Elseworlds version of Anakin. You know, it's a what-if Anakin. But the pose is dope. The one leg on that.
Yeah,
it looks like it's a severed part of a droid, perhaps. It's too hard to tell. But yeah, I wish I was into statues, to be honest, because there's some awesome statue stuff happening.
Yeah, it's really great.
I mean, let's have a look. It was the only Star Wars statue announcement, unfortunately. But
apparently, the Mythos Anakin comes with 2 heads. Somebody says here, a single songwriter. Today we saw the light side, and tomorrow they show the dark side. Ooh, does that mean we're going to see more figures from them tomorrow?
I think so. So Revenge of the Fifth is apparently a thing.
Of course it is.
So we will see. I expect it's going to be part 1, part 2. I think that Hot Toys will drop more. They better drop that Clone Wars Obi-Wan, I swear to God. Because we're going to have that Anakin in hand, and we're going to be like, well, what do we do with this? What do we do with it now? Just have one Clone Wars Anakin on his stap? Like, what?
Although that thing is so cool.
Oh, yeah. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for that. I'm hoping that we get some Star Wars stuff dropping this week. A Captain Rex would be like, oh, if he releases this week, I'll be a very happy camper.
That's a great figure.
It is. I'm very excited. Chris C with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Made my first purchase from Toys Wonderland. Congratulations to you. Got to California in 4 days with DHL. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Rob, question for you, sir. Have you seen the X Plus 1956 Rodan on Sideshow?
I have.
Rodan.
Rodan, I believe I had an X Plus Rodan like 15 years ago, and it met with a horrible fate. And it looks exactly like, because they're like polystone. And, and mine, in a move, shattered. But I love it. It's great. It's a really good represent, and it's big. It's big too. I've actually been looking at that and think, because that's my favorite kaiju movie is Rodan. And I'm like, because it just meant something to me when I was a little kid. It ran a lot in my hometown. They were always showing it on the independent station. I just loved it because it begins like a horror movie, and people are disappearing in this mine, and this one guy comes out of it, and then you see a flashback where he relives finding the just hatching Rodan, and it's great. So I really want to probably get that again. It's great. Love it.
I've recently decided that I'm not going to purchase statues, but I'm not going to not own any. So my 3D printer, which I've spoken about a million times already, but I've just started firing it up again, and I'm going to print myself some statues. Let me know in the chat if you want me to show the ones that I'm thinking about printing, and we'll discuss it as we get to the end of the stream. Because there are a couple of things which I'm tempted. So you purchase the 3D models and you can print them. And I think, Rob, you may like them. So let me know, folks, in the chat if that is something you would like to see. Brett the Movie Guy with the $1.99. Please give us the Big Lebowski Hot Toys. Are we talking the chunky Thor, or are we talking the OG, the dude? Because I would go in for both. But if we're talking about when that Thor is dropping, yeah, he's overdue. We've got Cap, we've got Iron Man. We need that Thor.
Yes, we do.
We do. We need that big boy Thor. Bob Dylan, once again, $5. He's guilting the chat. 299 people in the chat, but only 160 thumbs up. Show some support. Thank you, Bob Dylan, and feel free to hit that like button.
Smash that like button. Do it.
Smash it. It means more figures.
That's right. Justin's got to eat. Hit that.
It directly correlates.
Smash that like button.
Likes to figures. By the way, we may have a delivery on this stream. My DHL guy usually comes around this time, and there is I don't know what it is, but there is something coming today.
Ooh, so, well then, can you open it on the stream if it shows up?
Absolutely. Of course.
Damn
course
straight.
I will. Joshua Lopez with a $5 super chat. I asked earlier because I was late to the Hot Toys MCU party, and I saw the Monger video, and now Toys Wonderland seems like my best chance to catch up. Monger is great.
I sold mine. What a mistake that was.
Damn.
Although I do have a third-party Obadiah Stane figure that's pretty good.
Still good. And the best part about that Hot Toys Ironmonger is it comes with an Obadiah Stane head inside the body.
Mm-hmm.
So all you have to do is get a body and suit, which I did. There was actually a purpose-made outfit by ZC Toys, I think. They made 2 different ones for Obadiah, and you can still get them on AliExpress, I believe. And it's purpose-made for his look from Iron Man 1. So technically you can get almost 2 figures for the price of 1, which is excellent. If you are looking to get Ironmonger, and if Toys Wonderland is the best and cheapest way to get it, I'd say get it. It's an awesome figure. It's also really light, which you might think is bad, but honestly, for a big figure as he is, lightness is a good thing, because you don't want your shelves to collapse under the weight of this behemoth like the Hulkbuster. So, yes, give it a go. See what you can find.
They do have a couple of Ironmongers. Oh no, that's there is a Hot Toys Ironmonger on Toys Wonderland right now for $656.
Hey, honestly, that's not bad.
That's a really good price, actually.
For the size, I paid 950 Australian for mine, used with no box, just to put it in perspective.
Yeah.
So 600 is not bad, I think.
Yeah, no, it's not bad at all, and it's a pretty neat figure. I really like that figure.
I think if you can afford it and it's something that you absolutely want in your collection, go for it. He's fantastic. He's a showstopper. He's big. He's nice and lightweight. Plus, you get the Obadiah head. What's not to love? It's a fantastic release. Get it.
Yep.
Get it.
Yeah, no, it really is.
That Junkman with a $2 super chat. Should I give up on Night of the Comet Hot Toys? Night of the Comet. Rob, do you know what is Night of the Comet?
Night of the Comet is what? I want to say 1984? 1984,
Okay.
A cult movie. It is literally about a comet that passes by, and anybody who's looking up or who's not protected by like a lead casing or in a building, they turn to sand. And the rest of the people, if you're partially exposed, you basically become zombie-esque. And it's about basically two high school girls, bubble-headed high school girls that survive the apocalypse.
Okay.
And yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think that is likely, but who knows? A third-party company maybe one day.
You never know.
Pick it up. We've seen weirder things, I think. We have seen we got a Forrest Gump action figure coming, which I am all kinds of for. So if that can happen, I don't see why this couldn't happen.
Yeah.
We shall see. Buddy Hepburn with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Buddy. Is the Stormtrooper Commander pauldron easily removable? Well, we don't have it in hand yet, but I can speak about the previous Stormtroopers that I own, and yes, they were easily removable. Just pop the head off, slide it off the neck joint, and it comes off the arm. Nothing was glued, super easy, and then you can just have a basic white Stormtrooper, which I know a lot of people want. So hopefully it's the same way with this new guy. I don't think they would change it, but we won't know until it comes out, of course.
Right.
I have a white pauldron Stormtrooper, the Rogue One Special Edition version, sitting in a box over there in the corner, a spare one, because I thought that I could remove the stupid backpack and then just have a normal Stormtrooper. The backpack is glued on. The things we do. Oh well.
I'm telling you. What can you do?
Nothing. We literally can do nothing. We're at the whims of Hot Toys. We're at the whims of them. Rob Bifo with a $2. Thoughts on Sideshow 1/6 scale Carbonite Han Solo? I actually have a review on that. I think it's ancient. Don't watch it. It's very bad video. But I have reviewed it, and I wasn't all that impressed, to be honest. I think it could be done to a higher standard.
Is that the one that because I have the one that's like in a frame that's hanging, and it's got like a little step that steps up?
That one I like. This one is the 2.0 one that's literally just the Carbonite Han, and then it has a base, and it can be upright or it can be horizontal. But the detail's kind of soft. It paints a little bit flat. It looks a bit plasticky, so it's okay if you need to have a Han in Carbonite, but it's not the best, I don't think.
Right.
I don't think. Joshua Lopez with a $2 super chat. Cheapest with the payment plan, lol, and yes. Payment plans are great for figures that cost big bucks, which, let's be honest, they do. So, absolutely, if you want to do payment plans for your figures, I encourage it because it helps you budget. I feel so bad for the people who wake up one morning and have 7 emails from Sideshow that say, "Congratulations, this is in stock. You owe us $3,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why you got to pay them off. Yeah, that's always a good thing.
So
what's great now is
I can prevent that.
Yeah, I look at a lot of my pre-orders, and it's like they don't even start charging till 2022. I'm
There
like,
you go.
oh, maybe I can sell a project and become rich and not care.
Yes, exactly. And when we do our Hot Toys documentary entitled The First Batch, just working title, we'll see how we go.
Absolutely.
And then when we do the sequel, it's The Second Batch. I'm sorry, that's horrible.
No, I mean,
knows?
I really want to. I really do want to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm in if you are.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we could actually get something like that done.
We can. I can easily organize a tour of Toys Wonderland's facilities. By the way, the new office. This is so funny. I think you're gonna like this. The front door of the new office for Toys Wonderland, the sliding door, is going to be the Tantive 4 hallway as a picture. Yes.
That's amazing.
How badass is that? I was like, oh yeah, I'm all for that.
Amazing.
So we can tour that office. He's got all kinds of insane stuff in that office. He's got a life-size Mark 50 from Queen Studios there. That thing is like $25,000.
Yeah.
We would see all kinds of treasures, I'm sure. So yes, we can tour their facilities. I don't know about the official stuff. We can obviously hit up Echo Base, Secret Base, all the bases.
Yeah.
I don't know if Howard Chan would speak to us. I gave him my business card, but he hasn't reached out, unfortunately.
I've never been to Hong Kong. So the only place I've been in Asia is South Korea, which I actually loved.
South Korea would probably also be on the list because that's where the Hot Toys paint and sculpt team is located.
Oh.
Yes.
Well,
and
then.
Just recently, Hot Toys for the very first time featured a YouTube video by a YouTube creator who interviewed one of their head sculptors who sculpted the Tom Holland head sculpt. They just featured that on their Facebook page. So
that is an amazing head sculpt as well.
Yeah, she did an amazing job. It was the first time she'd seen the production one in hand, and she said it was remarkably close to the prototype that she did. So she was very happy.
Yes, it is beautiful.
It is one of the very, very best. Mobius with a $13.99 super chat. Thank you so very much, Mobius. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, WTF, Robert My Burnett and Justin's Collection crossover. No way. Yes way.
It's true. Here we are. And, like I said, it's so funny that my girlfriend Elizabeth and I mean, I long before I knew you, Justin, I told you this, that
Yes.
we would watch you. And it's such a treat to be invited on your show.
Not at all. It is a pleasure to have you here.
One day I want to figure out. One day I would love to do a live figure review with you, where we each get the figure at the same time, and do like maybe something like I'd love to do the Golden Armor Wonder Woman. even though like you could do your own review of it, but it'd be interesting because I did not like Wonder Woman 84 very much, but that suit I had to get because it's it's the Kingdom Come suit.
It's stunning.
It's stunning. I'm like, I gotta have that.
Yep.
So
that's another one that's going to be a centerpiece worthy. Like if you get the big wings as well, I guarantee you, no matter what else you have on that shelf, that chrome armor and those wings, people's eyes will go straight for it.
Yep. Yeah. No. That's that would be the dream.
Yep.
So
I am all for doing that. We'll do a live unboxing review chat whenever that thing comes out. Which I don't know. When is it supposed to be out? Soon, I hope. I'm so out of touch with release dates on things. Honestly, there is a gentleman on Facebook named Jürgen Schultz, and he does the Lord's work, the figure Lord's work, by putting together these spreadsheets of release dates and whether or not things are late and percentages of how many were late versus early and what's still to come out. He does all these spreadsheets. It's fantastic. So if anyone's ever curious as to when stuff is coming or if it's delayed or whatever, check out Jürgen Schultz. And the U on Jürgen has an umlaut, which is the 2 dots on top. So bear that in mind. Mobius, I just saw on John Campier's show, Robert said you were one of his favorite YouTubers to watch, and now this, I'm so hyped. Did you? Rob, are you plugging me in other people's channels?
Yes. I mean, you know, I am all I'm like Mr. Inclusive. Like I don't know what the etiquette is. Like I just assume I'm always telling people they should go watch this channel. Like
Thank you.
but yeah, because I tell people like, well, why wouldn't you? Like I'm not John's channel doesn't cover hot toys. My channel doesn't really. I mean, we do when I do a show now, it's either with you and Az. So
Yep.
why wouldn't you? Like I believe sharing the wealth. So.
Thank
And
you.
also, if you're a YouTube fan and you follow YouTubers, you can eventually catch up. If you're not watching a live show live, you watch it when it's not live.
Yes,
So yes,
absolutely.
yes, I think because I'm always talking about your channel. I'm like, oh man, you should see what Justin reviewed today, and it's also become a running joke because I've been streaming with John Campion now. We started on.
I know. I watch.
Oh yeah, so Collider
Yeah.
Heroes. We started back in doing it in 2015. And so then I've been talking about hot toys ever since. And, you know, like the one video I made of my collection was I did it for the 100th episode of Heroes back in 2016, I think. And 5 years ago? You know, and that wasn't even my whole collection. That was just what I had set up in my office.
I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, I gave a little toy history.
Yep.
And by the way, I did that video in overnight. So I did it. I started it like at 11 o'clock at night and finished it at 6 in the morning.
Like
All
my
of it.
Falcon Cockpit video.
Yeah. And I had to shoot all these things. And,
you know how it works. The overnight.
Yeah, it was like mine was like last minute because I was busy doing things, so I couldn't.
Oh yeah, mine was too. I was yesterday was such a whirl. So I did a stream with Jetta Patrol.
Right.
And then while I was streaming, Steph was messaging me like, "Hey, I've got a guy coming to wall mount the hose out the back and remove this horrible front gate thing that we have." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm streaming. I can't deal with this right now." And then after the stream, the guy was here for a couple of hours, and then a mate of mine happened to come over, and then we had dinner, and then he left at like 10, and I was like, I haven't filmed it. What do I do? And then Steph went to bed, and I was like, I gotta do it.
You gotta bite the bullet, man.
So I video called Ryan, and because Ryan in Hong Kong is like 3 or 4 hours before us, so it was still like 11 p.m. for him. So I video called Ryan, and he sat with me and helped me like with the angles and shots and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then he did. I'm not sure if you've seen my channel artwork recently, but he did that beautiful image of the Millennium Falcon cockpit. That's now my new channel artwork. That was him. I took the picture and I sent it to him, and he worked the magic and he did the lighting effects, and it looks stunning. I'm so happy with that channel artwork. It's going to be there for a while, I think.
No, it's great, and they do. I mean, Jazz Inc. Those things are amazing. I've been moving. I haven't really moved around my land speeder, but
wait. Let me for a second. I want to bring up because it is Star Wars after all. I want to bring up a picture of the Hot Toys Millennium Falcon cockpit, and then the Jazz Inc. one side by side.
Which by the way, we should mention that they never made it. Hot Toys never made
it. Which is supremely unfortunate because I know a lot of people were wanting it.
Oh, I wanted that, and they were going to do a '66 Batmobile too.
Yep,
but I don't think it would be as good as what Jazz Inc.'s doing. No, I mean, I don't think so. The research that they've done is amazing.
All right, I have the image here, and let's bring up the one that Ryan has done. Which
was this at beautiful. Secret Base? Was this on display?
It was at San Diego, I think.
Oh, that's right. That's because that's where I saw it.
Yes, I think that's where they had it. Okay, so I have both. How do I? Oh my goodness, the Hot Toys one is much lower res than the one that Ryan did, which is kudos to Ryan. Okay, so here we have the Hot Toys one as it's loading.
Yeah.
There we go. There we have the Hot Toys one. Let me kill the sidebar.
Yeah.
So as you can see, Millennium Falcon cockpit, lights, etc. Looks good. And there we have the Jazz Inc. one.
But that one exists.
Correct. It does exist.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. Look at that image. That's stunning.
Yeah, no,
I'm so proud of Ryan. That's gorgeous.
yeah, it really is. And those
Dang.
lights are great.
And I don't know if you're caught in the video, but though every single window is removable. So
Right.
just like the Hot Toys one, which here you can see through like perfectly clear, there's no glare. You can do that with the Jazz Ink one. You could just remove the acrylic windows.
Right, but I don't think I would. You know, I
No,
think
me
I would
neither,
leave
me neither.
for the dust and everything. And yeah, no, why not? And I'm man, am I lucky? I'm so happy I bought my Han and Chewie 2-pack.
Yes.
So I've got the dude, is there a place to plug the headphones in?
Where do they plug in?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know if there was.
I don't know. My headphones were in storage and I was kicking myself. I was like, I need them. They're in storage. God damn it. I was so angry.
Well, now how about this? Are you going to buy, or did you already buy a 6-scale pair of dice that you can hang?
I have them. The Han Solo from Solo came with them.
Oh, right. I'll
Yes.
see.
So I already have them.
Man.
Yeah. I've got.
Is that the regular? Is that the regular Solo from Solo?
Yes. Yes, the regular Solo. I
might
need to
have
do a
to-
few pics with him in, I think. With him in the cockpit. I might do a few pictures today of the various different... Because I didn't put old Han Solo in there, because it was 4 o'clock in the morning. Hopefully you all will forgive me.
Right.
I didn't put old Han Solo in there. I didn't put Rey in there. I didn't put
Don't
young
ever do
Han
that.
Solo.
Don't put Ray in there.
Yeah. Don't...
No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure, you know.
Poor Rey. So yeah, I didn't do much of that. Also, another thing that I didn't show, unfortunately, but that can be done, just like on the Hot Toys one. I'll have to bring up an image of it because I'm not going to bring the cockpit out because it is huge. So this image right here that you can see of the back, right? You can see Han Solo standing in there. Number one, you can remove the door on the Jazz Ink one, but also see this, the top part is missing.
Yep.
You can do that on the Jazz Ink one. You can just remove the top part, and then it's pretty much like for like with the Hot Toys one, because if you're taking pictures and you have that thing, it casts a very big shadow over the top of all your figures.
Right, sure.
So you can take that off and then take your pictures like this, and then you don't have to worry about it. So all of the stuff that the Hot Toys one was going to be able to do, you can do with the Jazz Ink one.
Wow, that's great.
Yep. So I forgot to mention it in the video. I apologize to everyone, but it can be done. It can. I need to find somewhere to display this damn thing.
Yeah, where are you going to put it? Maybe make it a centerpiece in your office. The Maji cases surround it, and you've got this thing in the center.
Well, my desk is going to be in the middle, unfortunately.
Oh, well, then you can't do that.
At the moment, it's going to have to go back in its box and in storage, which is going to kill me to do, but it will have to.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know. I feel bad, but it has to. The only thing that I wish that it could do, which I don't know how that would have been possible because it would have required a shit ton of engineering, is if you could remove just the back, and it would have been a really thin, but still relatively sizable piece, and then I could have just put that in the display, just the back of the cockpit.
Right. Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
That's probably a structural issue, too.
Correct, because there are lights on the other side of the wall. It would have to be one wall, and then a faux wall, and then another wall. It would have been a lot more engineering, so I totally understand why they didn't do it. But that would have been awesome. I would buy just the back as a diorama piece, to be honest.
Right. Yeah,
That would be fantastic.
Well, it's interesting. Maybe Yost tell him that.
Yep.
I mean, they've already got the pieces. So
Yeah, absolutely. Very good idea. I will tell him that because I would be all over that. And I'm sure some people who can't afford or don't have space for the full one would like a slice of that Millennium cockpit pie.
Yeah.
And that's a very good way to get into it, and it's going to be not as big as well. Peter Pacheco with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much. My 2 favorite crack dealers. Thank you. Plastic crack, of course. Is the Leia, Luke, and Han Hot Toys or third party? They are all Hot Toys, but there are some great third party options for Leia and Luke. I don't know about Han, but Leia and Luke do have third party options, although Luke is almost impossible to find. I know because Rob was looking for a Luke, and I thought, oh, it's fine. I'll just find one of those third party outfit sets for him. Impossible to find.
Yeah. That's tough. I mean, I needed one to go with my land speeder here. And Thank you to you.
Watch this space. Watch this space.
Yeah, I need my Monger cases though.
Yeah,
I've got Monger cases on order too, and
there is stuff every place in this room, all over the floor. I need the Monger case ASAP, but it's going to be a long time.
Yeah, I mean where I'm sitting is a gigantic mess, but I'm going to clean it all up and because I want to be able to stream. What I want to do is be able to stream from 3 different locations, not just this desk, but that I have another desk that I can build where you can see the depth behind me.
Yes, and that would be fantastic.
Yeah, because I'm going to start building my models. Just do streams where I'm like, well, today I'm working on my Starship Enterprise because they're...
Did you see you might not have seen because it's a smaller scale one. I know you like the bigger scale models, but there's a chromed Razor Crest Bandai
saw that
model kit.
Now that's Bandai. It's so small though.
I know, it's like that big.
Yeah, it's I
need it like that big.
Yeah, I know. That's what like the toy. Did you get that from HasLabs, the Razor Crest?
I did not.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I will get it though. When it comes out and Scalpers are selling it, I will buy it. I need it.
Yeah, I know, right? It's cool.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
And if it's anywhere near as detailed as the Slave 1, which I do have, oh man, it's going to be beautiful. That Slave 1 might just be the very best Hasbro painted thing that I've ever seen. Even the back has like wash in it, and the engines are beautifully done. So I need to get that. I'm pissed that I didn't get it, and the Sentinel. I didn't get the Sentinel either, and I wish I got that too.
Yeah, I didn't. Did you get the Jabba's sail barge?
No, I did not.
Man, that's a nice piece.
That thing is gorgeous too, but too big for me. Too big. Too damn big. Mr. Tickle Trunk with a $2 Canadian. Thank you very much. Why didn't Justin also pull out his Chewbacca? I did. He is in the cockpit in the video. He is there. He's holding his head. Han is like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, That was what I was going for with that pose, which I regret now, because in my banner, all you can see is Chewbacca's hand covering his face. But, you live and you learn, I guess.
On this stream, we've been talking about these things and how I've got the quarter of the Falcon cargo bay, and that Yost is making Yost, right? Yost is making the rest of the cargo bay, and I'm thinking maybe I should bite the bullet and get all of the sequel characters like Finn and Old Han and Chewie and put them in the cargo bay. Wouldn't cost you a lot,
that's for sure. It wouldn't cost you very much.
Well, the Han and Chewie, I didn't get that 2-pack.
They are great.
Yeah, but I guess you could probably get those more reasonable than you might think.
I don't think they're that pricey, to be honest. I don't think any of the sequel. I think you can pick them up. I think you should be right.
Yeah, maybe I could have Leia, Luke, Han, Finn, just all the characters in that cargo bay, and that'll be my only nod to the sequel trilogy.
Just a little tip of the hat to
you know what Jazz Inc. You know what Yost needs to make again is the Emperor's Throne. Ooh. Because it was I thought I had ordered the special edition from Sideshow when it came. I thought, and apparently I didn't. I didn't because my Palpatine did. It was not the deluxe version.
No chair,
dude.
Oh,
it's my shame. It's my shame. You know what else is my shame? I used to get all of the Sideshow 12-inch Star Wars figures. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I got that I sold was Thrawn, who came with a chair. And man, what a stupid thing for me to sell. I wish I still had that figure. Yeah, I know.
We will get a Thrawn. Don't worry.
I know.
Don't worry. I wish I had the Greedo, to be honest.
I have that.
Greedo. He is very, very, very hard to find. But yeah, one day I will get myself and Greedo. I would love to do, because Sideshow made that environment of the cantina with the table and the 2 chairs, and I could have Han sitting there and then Greedo. That would be awesome. One day, it's on my list. So,
and you could actually take the Greedo and just burn it, and have him sitting there on the chair, and have Han's arm up. Yes, I'll bet
just
you
have a husk of Greedo just dangling on the table there.
Rhodey and husk.
Oh my!
This is a good
Andres
question.
Fernandez, by the way, with a $50 ARS currency. Is that? I'm not sure, but thank you either way for that. Thank you very much.
Empire Strikes Back, they've teased the Empire Strikes Back solo
Multiple times.
Bespin,
so many times.
Yeah, where is he? I mean, I've got my Bespin Luke, of course.
We've got Luke, we've got Leia, we've got Empire Strikes Back Vader, we've got Boba Fett. We don't have Han and we don't have Chewie. And Chewie should come with C-3PO in the backpack, dismembered.
Yes.
I think that it's... I could have guaranteed you it would have happened for the anniversary of Empire. It didn't. We got Lando also coming now. So, like, we only need Han and Chewie to complete that set.
How about Lobot and 2 Ugnaughts?
I would go for that too.
I know.
I would. I would, honestly. I would go for that. But I don't think in the near future it's going to happen because because they can do it whenever, right? Like the original trilogy's not going anywhere.
No.
But the Mandalorian stuff, that's real hot right now. So I think it'll happen when there's a lull in Star Wars.
Will there ever be, though? I mean, if you look at everything coming down the pike from the Ahsoka series to the Book of Boba Fett to Mando Season 3, it's amazing what we're getting. Yep.
So I don't know is the answer to that. And will they remake A New Hope? Han, the sculpt was so-so. The sculpt was okay, and it's fine. But I think when they did the Stormtrooper disguise Han Solo, which a lot of people don't like for some reason, but he's got this cheeky little smirk, and I think they nailed the Harrison Ford likeness with that head sculpt. And you can pop it on this body, which I have done before in my display. But I would love to see this re-released with that head. I don't think that's ever going to happen, though.
Right.
Unfortunately, I don't think that is going to be happening. Deckard Grunt, thoughts on the new Sideshow Clone Wars figures, and thank you for the £4 super chat. I love them. Rob, I'm pretty sure you like them too.
I like them too. No, I would definitely get those figures, you know. I've always appreciated that even back, 10 years ago when Sideshow was starting to do their Clone Wars figures, that they made them look like real humans as opposed to animated versions. But it's cool to see those animated versions. I love the costuming looks terrific, the outfits, and I do love the face sculpt. So I would get those.
It looked like, honestly, it looks like a screenshot of an episode. That figure. If you can take a picture of that and it looks like an animated thing, I don't know how they've done it, but they've done it. So
they really have.
I'm all for those figures. And the best part is, the best part? It can't look any worse from prototype to final release because it's an animated head. It's flat paint. You can't have a failure in paint applications because there's no detail.
Right, exactly.
So it's going to be pretty much what you see, I think, will be what you get. So I'm very, very, very excited. Nick Scott with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Yesterday on Jetta's stream, you said Joaquin Joker wasn't happening. Is that personal opinion or based off rumors or facts? That is a personal opinion. I think if they were going to, they would have by now. Joker is in the rearview mirror. If they announce it today, it would be another year before it comes out. And will people be talking about Joker as much in 2022/2023 as they will the newer DC projects? I don't think so. I think that the time has passed for that figure to have been made, which is very unfortunate, I think.
Yes.
I would have bought it. I would have. So, yeah. Sad, but true.
But you got a couple of great third-party Joker figures.
Correct. And there's more coming. There's a quarter-scale one coming. I mean, come on. Quarter-scale Joker. And he looks pretty good from Ace Toys, so I'm very excited. Orlando Reyes with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Have either of you heard of TerraVault display case? No. Rob, have you heard of TerraVault?
No, but let's do a cursory search.
TerraVault. Let's have a look. TerraVault modular soil. Maybe I'm in the wrong thing.
I'm looking. Let's see. TerraVault. The TerraVault adjustable shelves allow you to fit collectibles of any scale. Internal power track to plug and play. They should
have named it something.
Wow, these are pretty sweet, dude.
Oh, I've seen these. I have seen these.
But these are pre-order promotions. They're not even made yet.
World's first smart display cabinet. Interesting. All right, let's... Oh, man. They look pretty good, huh? I like the light panel on top. It's not just...
I do too.
It's actually a light panel. That is stunning. Oh, look at that picture when you scroll down and you see the chair with the... with all the cabinets in the background. Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at this.
I'll put it on the screen because people will probably want to see this. This is gorgeous.
These ain't cheap.
Look at that. Huh. And of course, it is smart compatible. The lights are smart compatible with Google Assistant, Amazon Alexa, and for some reason not Apple HomeKit, which is unfortunate. But look at that.
These are great, but again, how long does it take to get them? These are really nice.
I do not know. Also, I'm curious. It's the shelves. Oh yeah, here we go. Look at that. Adjust shelf to any height, fit your collection, quarter scale, 6 scale, all the way down to Lego minifigure. Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's
These
badass.
these are pretty great.
Tempered glass, which is good. I like this website.
Yeah, it's really neat.
Let's check the pricing. Page does not seem to exist. Okay, maybe it's not up yet.
Free 4 ports for USB. Well, I love this because with USB, if you can plug, you get those batteries, those internal batteries that you're always talking about to plug those in.
Yep.
Wi-Fi controlled.
Honestly, this is not the most expensive thing that I've ever seen for the size of it.
Yeah.
That's
Wow,
pretty
these are
good.
really nice. These are really great.
So it seems for now, at least, they only come in one size. Ships out in July. $2,000 for the panel light version. And you can get them. It's just black, and it's just the one size for now. That's badass. I like these. These are awesome. These are awesome.
And I like that they're in lava black. No, these are these
yes.
are really cool. I love these. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. If I wasn't in on Moducase, but then again, these are only the one size for now. So I don't think I could do what I'm doing with Moducase, especially the depth to fit the vehicles. So I think Moducase, I'm still very, very happy with Moducase, but they look stunning. Absolutely. If you can go with those, go with those. That's awesome.
Yeah, but these look really, really good, man.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Sean Foster has a question with $4.99 super chat. Do you think there's any truth to the theory that Howard Chan can put a stop to any new Han figures because I don't think so.
Well,
it was all in good fun.
Yeah, it was all in good fun. Yeah. Although what was even worse was when Harrison Ford destroyed the Lego Millennium Falcon.
Oh, he did?
Oh,
I haven't seen that.
Oh. It must be. Wait, I haven't looked at it. It's got to be on YouTube.
Oh,
it was on.
Man.
Oh, it's painful.
So, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, he was on one of the Jimmys, I think, or I don't know, one of the late night talk shows. We don't really have that culture around famous late night talk show hosts here in Australia. Like, we don't have any. So I always find it weird that like a guy who talks to celebrities is almost as famous as the celebrities themselves. But he was on one of the Jimmys, I think, and he said, "Show us what happened to your leg when the ramp came down for the Millennium Falcon cockpit." And he had the Hot Toys A New Hope Han Solo, and he just completely ratcheted the leg. And then he was like, "Yeah," and then this is what happened, and then he completely destroyed the whole figure. It was rather entertaining, to be honest.
It's very funny. I can send you. There is a link here, but for whatever reason, I'll put this in the chat to you. But it runs backwards.
Oh,
I don't know why they're running it backwards. Maybe because it was a copyright strike thing. But
okay.
Let me see.
Am I going to get copyright striked for showing this?
That's a good question. I don't know, but it's backwards. I want to see if you can find it. Let me see if I can find it forwards, because the whole bit is really, really funny. It's Conan. It's Conan. It looks like it was back
Is it the
when
UCS?
Yes, it's the collector. Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it's the first one. I mean, it's.
Oh man, it is the
Dude.
UCS one. Oh man, I just saw that. Oh. Yeah.
Let's see. There's a lot of these. Maybe I can.
He had it over his head and he dropped it behind him and it shattered.
Dude, it is just so painful. Oh, here's another link that somebody just filmed it, but it's really painful.
Oh.
Here's a better one. It's this one's forward that I'm sending you now, but it I remember the first time I watched this, I actually was in physical pain. I was like, no! There, I sent you the one forward.
All right, let's have a look, shall we?
It's just...
All right, I'm bringing it up on
I mean, it's obviously somebody filmed this.
All right.
Just... Oh.
Hold tight.
It's terrible.
Here we go.
I guess if you don't put the sound on, who's gonna know?
Correct.
So he's with J.J. Abrams.
Yep.
And Conan
Harrison
O'Brien.
Ford and Conan, and then some other guy. I assume he's talking about some such.
Did you start at the beginning?
Moment. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Here we go. He's bringing out the Falcon.
There it is.
It is very. Oh my god. Oh my.
Dude.
Hold on. Hold on. What was that?
I mean, it's a bit, obviously, but somebody had to build that thing. Terrible.
Wow. Okay, there you go. That was a UCS Millennium Falcon smashed to the ground, staged. Yes, it kind of looked staged to me as well, but still, it was a thing, and then it was not a thing. So
it was the actual UCS. Oh, can you imagine?
I cannot. I wanted to get that Falcon, but it's like it's even more in the States. I think it's $800. Here, I think it's $1,500. So I don't know if I have the funds or the space to dedicate to that versus a bunch of 6 scale figures. That's how I look at things.
Yep.
If it's like I don't know, a really amazing statue or something that's $2,000, or I could have like 4 or 5 Hot Toys figures, I would rather have the Hot Toys figures.
Yeah. Well, I think, like I told you last week, the Starship Andromeda from Space Battleship Yamato, my favorite, one of my favorite animes. Now that I'm getting the Hachette parts, and it's like 4 feet long, it's going to take forever.
Your French shopper, your Japanese
shopper, and he has acquired.
Oh,
he's acquired the first. They've only released 4 of these sets, but apparently each set's $100. And there's 120 of them.
Oh my goodness.
Or something like that. I mean, it's not that expensive, but it's just out of control.
Well,
I mean, so if it was 100, what is that? $12,000? Something like it's a lot.
Oh my.
Yeah, you look at that and go, but that's like also the parts. They're why not? You know, I'm the Eagle Moss.
Why not?
The Eagle Moss DB5 I'm getting, the 1/8 scale, the 27-inch Enterprise D that I have to build, and then the Andromeda.
Why dare I say why not?
Yeah, I mean, the answer on the show or your show or our show is always yes.
Of course. Of course. By the way, I had a new arrival.
Since you've been on?
An head sculpt.
Ah.
I haven't reviewed it yet. We have spoken about this, though. It's not Star Wars, so I do apologize. It is for the Days of Future Past Wolverine, the helmeted Hugh Jackman head sculpt. It has arrived.
Oh, it has. Okay.
Let me get the focus ready, because I will have to manually focus, because this webcam is awful. There it is.
Oh, that looks great.
It actually looks unreal.
Yeah, that looks really, really good.
So there will be a full review coming, and it has interchangeable mouth plates with an angry mouth plate. Let me interchange the interchangeable mouth plates. And I think it looks even better with this. The only issue for me now is I love that Hugh Jackman head sculpt on that figure, so I don't know which one to display it with.
Wow.
All right, here we go. This is the angry mouth plate.
That's cool. I like that.
So this is going to be a really nice addition to that Days of Future Past Wolverine. I think the reason I'm speaking about it is because it's just been sitting here and I need to review it. So I wanted to get some people.
Do you do a whole? Would you do a whole video on that? Just that headpiece? Yeah.
I'll do the intro and unbox it, and then this is giving you some insight into the special source behind.
Now,
the
where
videos,
did you get that from? Did you get that from Parts? What is that? One
got
Scale?
it from toyswonderland.com.
You got it from Toys Wonderland.
Yeah, it's made by a company called S. King. If anyone is looking for it, yes, I'll do the intro, and then I'll show the head sculpt versus the Hugh Jackman head sculpt, so that'll be another clip, and then I'll show it up close on the body, and then I'll wrap up with it at a distance in a pose on the body, so about 4 or 5 different shots. Super easy, light touch video to make, which I love. It doesn't require a lot of editing and all that.
I want to get that S. King Flash head sculpt.
Oh, yes. I even bought a second Flash just for it.
Oh, it's so good.
It looks insanely
and then
good.
The mask, though, they still got that head sculpt's only $38 US. That's not bad at all.
It's for custom head sculpts are coming down in price, which is great for everyone.
Yeah.
And it's badass as well. Like, to have finally a live action masked version. It's based off the mask that we saw in that deleted scene from the Wolverine where he opens the thing and he sees the mask. So it was actually a real thing that was going to be in the film, but we never got to see it. Now we have it in figure format, which is one of the best parts about figure collecting.
Yeah. They got a 1/6 scale Superman head sculpt of Christopher Reeve that's pretty good here. And Toys Wonderland has a lot of good head sculpts.
They are getting... Every day they are partnering with more companies, so now they're working with Bandai, Mezco, Mafex, and Bandai means also Figuarts, and they've got Gundam stuff now, they've got 3-0 stuff, they're partnering with more and more and more companies, they're becoming quite large, which is great.
It's great.
And the third-party stuff is also, really good, I think. These days, you can't really go wrong.
Better. Yeah. Really, really good.
Oh, I have another diorama thing.
Ooh.
It's a shame Az isn't here because he would have loved this. It's a workshop scene test desk 3.0, the Bruce Wayne version. So it's a desk table with a stool, chair.
Yep. Nice.
And on the screens, you can get the Tony version, which has Iron Man stuff, or this is the Bruce Wayne version with Bruce Wayne stuff. So this is the Bruce Wayne one.
That's really cool.
So this will be coming soon on the channel. This is also made by Toys Box, who made the gargoyle thing.
Nice.
So that is coming up very, very soon. So definitely stay tuned for that. Deckard Grunt with a $5 super chat, or £5. Thank you so very much. Thanks for the reviews on the My Hero Academia Figma. Picked them all up and also pre-ordered the reissue of the amazing Yamaguchi Deku. Rob, do you know about My Hero Academia?
I do. I've seen the anime, but I don't have any of the figures or anything. I like it. It's good.
Yeah, I love that show. The Figma releases are great. That amazing Yamaguchi one, the Deku, is like crazy articulated. It's just been reissued. I have pre-ordered it as well.
Yeah.
And you are most welcome for the videos. I loved filming them. I have all my Hero figures right here, actually, just in the background.
That is most excellent. You know what Toys Wonderland has? It has a DeLorean. Back to the Future Hot Toys DeLorean.
I need a DeLorean at some point. I need it. I'll try my very best to get one and film it in that new style with the electronic pan.
You think they'll ever reissue this sucker?
I don't think so. I don't know, maybe. But I don't think so. I wouldn't put money on it.
Yeah. What a bummer.
I wouldn't put money.
Oh well. What are you gonna do?
I would like to see not necessarily a reissue, but a Back to the Future 2 hover converted DeLorean.
I thought they were going. Isn't that something else they announced that they're not going to make?
They teased, and then they weren't.
These people.
Don't do that, guys. Come on.
Why are you doing that to me?
Like the Cesar Romero Joker that they fully showed, like full prototype on display. Like,
I know.
Come on, how can you not make him?
Well, there's a lot of stuff. You go to Comic-Con every year, and where's like Valkyrie? Why didn't they do a
Where's
Valkyrie?
the new Drax?
Yep.
The new Drax with the angry head, he was there too. I saw him.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. I didn't get a Drax. Do you have a Drax? You have a Drax, don't you?
Yeah, I have the original one. He's great, but
Yep.
a lot of people didn't. So
Very hard to get that figure.
Oh yeah, big time. Theoretical Pops, by the way, with a $5 Canadian. Thank you very much, sir. I'm new to 1/6 scale. Why am I leery of any non-Hot Toys figures? Should I be? I think you meant wary. Yeah, it depends. There are some big hitters in the unlicensed and other company realm that are pretty safe. Toy Zero are usually pretty good. I mean, Rob has in the background the Green Goblin, and he's fantastic. That figure is badass. So, yeah, no issues with Toy Zero from me, at least.
Right.
So toys are great as well. Who else? I think Daft toys are usually quite good. Daft
they're
toys
pretty
do
good.
Outfit sets. Oh, by the way, I sent this to Az. Daft toys are doing a Jeremy Irons Alfred full figure.
I would love to get that.
Yep. Daft toys are doing it. Finally, we're going to have it.
Oh, that's great. That's really, really great. You know, I have to say that I recently got my present toys Michael Corleone, which is right there.
Yes.
And I don't who makes this beautiful figure
Toy
that
Zero.
I need. That figure is amazing. And they did the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. I'm very impressed with them.
And they did the Juggernaut, that huge thing that I never thought anyone was going to make.
Yeah, you made me get this. I mean, well, you didn't make me, but I think it was your review that made me. This figure is amazing.
Yeah,
I love it.
He's awesome.
And I have a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man hot toy.
Yep, me too.
So
I've seen someone recently, a friend of mine actually, he upgraded the body with a Fison body on the Tobey Maguire Spidey. You want to see some pics? It actually turned out so good.
Wow, which number of body did he use?
I think it was M32, I think he said. He says in the post, hold on, I will bring it up. So he shared it in the group. Let's see if we can find it. He has the same surname as me, but we are not related. Which is always funny. Here he is. Okay, Spidey. Hope he doesn't mind me sharing his images. I don't think he will. Surely not. So, he has done a body swap and a few modifications to this Spidey to look like that.
Wow, that looks great.
And he can pose now. Mine is so loose at the ankles that he cannot stand any longer.
Wow, but now what do you do with the pegs on the head and stuff? Is that all work?
I have to ask him. I have to ask him how he did it. Because he's obviously done something. It doesn't have that annoying issue. So on the Hot Toys stock one, they didn't glue the suit to the neck. So it has this baggy thing that goes from the neck right down to, from the chin right down to the base of the neck. It doesn't adhere to the underside of his chin, which looks ridiculous and looks like he's got a quadruple chin. It looks like Jordan has fixed that with his. He might have just put a bit of glue underneath the neck here, which you would never really see anyway.
Right.
I would imagine there was some unstitching work and some restitching work that went on here. But whatever he did to this thing to get it to look like that, it's now proportionate, it's beefy, which, he was pretty big in that suit. There was some padding there.
Yep.
Speaking of padding, by the way, I know this is a complete derailment. How they're saying that The Rock won't be going with padding in his suit for Black Adam. Come on now, Rock. Even Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck had to have padding in the suits. They didn't want to, but they had to. Not because they weren't big enough, but because the suits don't adhere to your muscles correctly.
Right.
It's glued to the muscle suit so that you can see the abs. There will be padding in that suit, I guarantee you.
Just to make it
Otherwise he would just be a flat, like he would be massive, but he'd just be flat. Because it won't pull against the muscles unless it is so tight that he cannot move in it.
Right, exactly. No,
So, if Henry Cavill, one of the biggest boys that there ever was to be big, needed padding in his suit.
Yep. But and also, I mean, because it all what people don't understand is when you're making a film, sometimes it just doesn't look good, you need some kind of padding of some
Correct.
to give it definition, because it's even how the light hits it. Like when you're
Correct.
shooting, you want to have the light cast shadows and things, and sometimes if you don't,
it's a black suit, right? It's going to absorb everything.
Yep.
So the Superman suit had a muscle suit underneath, but it was chromed.
Yes.
So that when you stretch the material over it, because it's so dark, there would be a loss of detail if they didn't do that. So that's why I'm pretty sure with Black Adam, they might do that. Black suits and red things are two of the hardest things to film. I always struggle when I'm filming those two colors because it just washes out detail. So there will probably be that chrome look to it maybe as well to bring out the detail.
Right. Absolutely. And that's problematic.
Yeah. It's a valiant effort, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but I'll see you with your padding, sir. Born Again with a $20 super chat. That is so incredibly generous. Thank you so very much. Thank you both for being so kind and entertaining. Justin, you've inspired me to improve my collection by investing in lighting. Lighting is one of the best upgrades you can get. It takes a pretty good looking display to a next level display. As soon as you hit those lights, it is like...
Yep.
So, great idea to do that. I do bookcases, so it's a different look. Question. I'd love to see Hot Toys tackle Arnold from Conan the Barbarian. There is a really good third-party set for Conan the Barbarian. It is fantastic. It goes on a Fison body. See if I can find it. It is unreal.
Right.
So I don't think Hot Toys ever will, but that's not to say that this one isn't worth getting because it is sensational. Hold on. I don't think it's easily findable anymore. Is the issue? I don't even know what to search because you know how third-party companies give it these weird and wonderful names like Mr. Hunter or
some, right. And you get to pick out names for some people.
Yes, sometimes I do. Okay, it's made by Caustic Plastic. I don't know if it is... Oh, yes, you can get it on AliExpress. I think. Let's see. Let's see if it is still available. So there are a couple of different versions, I do believe. There's the sculpted hair one, which is the one that I like the most. It's very hard to find now because it's been out for a while. But an official company is making Conan, but he is like a jointed body, not seamless. If you know what I mean.
Right. Yep.
I want it's the Caustic Plastic one. That is the best looking one, I think. Let's have a look at the image. But Caustic Plastic were in a bit of hot water because they are now an officially licensed company with some brands.
Yep.
So they are not able to do as much unlicensed stuff anymore. This is the Conan.
That's pretty great.
The Barbarian. He looks insanely good. So he's got multiple different looks.
When is it? Who in Caustic Plastic is doing this?
Caustic Plastic did release. I don't know what
they
is
did
exactly.
Yeah, what is that? I've been to bars in Sydney that look like that with people I shouldn't have been hanging out with. My God.
Yeah, no idea. But maybe you can find this on eBay or AliExpress. But Caustic Plastic made this Conan, and it is stunning. So have a look around. I'm sure you'll be able to find it. But yes, there are Conan figures available around. Rob, we're getting to around 2 hours. Shall we go for maybe another 15 more minutes? And
yes,
then
sir.
I'll let you enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes, this has been highly enjoyable. You know, I keep waiting though because I bought my Fison bodies. My Fison bodies came in about a month ago, and I'm still waiting for my Freddie Mercury because I want him to go. I mean, you can't see John Lennon's cut off, but John Lennon's there. I mean, Jimi Hendrix is there. I want Freddie Mercury to go right there, at least until I get new display cases where I can put everything.
Oh, yes. Is it on the way at least?
Oh yeah, it's been shipped. Oh no, it's out. and it's in transit. It left Hong Kong. I'm waiting for the handoff,
Okay.
so it's out there. But like I have to say that one of the things about Toys Wonderland, their shipping has been way fast. I mean, normally like I got one of the Deathstrokes, the Hot Toys Arkham Deathstroke.
Yep.
That I ordered from them lickety split. I mean, it got here very, very, very fast. I mean, this was smaller, so obviously it wasn't a big. I mean, I don't know how big that box is that it comes in, but it can't be that big.
It's like this big.
Yeah.
It's not big at all.
Yeah, it's not big. So they probably the shipping. I probably didn't pick expedited shipping or something, but
it's probably like my Superman head sculpt. It'll come in about 2 or 3 months, maybe.
Yeah, it's on its way. But I have things I ordered. Paying it off. It's going to be paid off. I ordered an Elizabeth a Star-Lord.
Nice.
A new Star-Lord. But it's funny. I was going to get a new one, but we talked about it. I just like the long jacket from the original Infinity War. I mean, the original Guardians.
It's a badass look. You can't and I think that head sculpt is the best with the smirk on it. I think that's the best Star-Lord head sculpt.
Yeah, I mean, there's some things like what I love about your collection is you get everything, but for me, I always think like, okay, I want the best of the fit. Like, how many Iron Mans do you need to get? And I have too many
85,
already.
I guess.
Yeah, right. I know. I mean, I bought some Iron Mans. I'm like, what did I buy these things for? I mean, some of them I really like. Like I had to get. I don't know why I love that Heartbreaker suit so much.
Oh, I love Heartbreaker. I don't know why either. I just am drawn to it.
You know what I didn't get that I need to get is the astronaut suit. The white
Star Boost, yes.
Star Booster. And that was easy to get for a while. It's probably not easy to get anymore.
No, I think the plastic ones are still relatively easy to get.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I had all of those for a while, and then I was like, you know what? They're all amazing, but the die cast is where it's at. So the die cast 7, and then
the die cast Iron Man figures are, I think, some of the best toys ever made. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that first Iron Patriot, which is this, I have the War Machine and the Iron Patriot, which is essentially the same figure, just painted differently.
Yes.
They're, amazing, and that's why I'm wondering about. I really hope they don't cancel the Endgame Iron Patriot for some reason.
It's coming. Don't worry. Even if like the Hulkbuster that had to go back to the drawing board 3 times and it took 5 years to come out. There was no way they were going to cancel it. They will move heaven and earth to make that Iron Patriot happen.
I just can't wait to get that.
You know how heavy that thing's going to be, right? It is going to be.
I look at that, I'm like, my God, how great is that figure?
If they released it in the War Machine color scheme like we saw in the trailer, would you get that as well? In the gray and silver?
Only because I have 2 other War Machines. I mean, it's cool. I do what was it? I guess the Infinity War Machine that's still all big and beefy. That's a great figure.
Yes.
But I didn't get that one, but it's great. It's just how many I've got. Like,
I know.
I've got my Iron Man 3 die-cast figure. What is that? The Mark II. Is it the
War Machine or Iron Man?
No, of Iron Man.
The Mark 42.
The Mark 42. That's a great figure.
Yeah.
I've never taken it. I've taken it out of the box and looked at it. It's still in the box. Never taken it out.
Damn, I need to get that back again. That's the only die-cast figure that I don't have, actually.
It's great. I mean, I love it, but the color scheme, I was just ordering any of the Iron Man armors, and it just got to the point where I'm like, what? Why do I, what? But the die-cast, they're too good to pass up. They are
works of art.
Works of art. Now, did you get the accessory pack for Infinity War Iron Man?
I did, but I only kept 2 or 3 accessories and I sold the rest because I was never going to have him displayed with the thruster thing as his legs and
no,
the mallet things for his arms. I was never going to have him using that. I kept the katana, the blade that he used,
the blade,
and Thanos used to stab him. And the gauntlet restraint for Thanos, the magnetic gauntlet attachment, I kept just those 2. I sold everything else.
Yeah, because I like that figure. I don't like him as much as the 85.
Oh, The 85 is gorgeous.
Yeah, which I have like one more payment, and then it's mine.
Soon.
Yes.
You're gonna love it.
I can't wait.
Really good.
I mean, those
is
figures
really,
are
really good.
those figures are amazing.
Yeah, it's peak. I think it's peak Avengers Hot Toys figures for now.
Right. Yeah, I mean, what are they
Falcon
gonna...
until Cap comes out? New Cap.
Where's my new Cap? I mean, where's my Infinity Endgame Cap? I mean, I've paid it off. Where is it?
Sideshow. Where is it? Come on now.
I do not know.
Come on now.
Where is it? But yeah, I mean, everything else is. You know what I ordered? What figure? This is a weird. Hang on, I'll tell you what it is. I don't know if I've talked about this. The Chinese movie, The Wandering Earth. Do we talk about this?
No.
So I'll send you the link. This figure is dope. So the Chinese had a movie that came out. It's a Chinese science fiction film. It's on Netflix. Mm-hmm. It did really, really well in China. It was a huge monster hit. Mm-hmm. And on Sideshow, I don't even know why they had this, but I've pre-ordered it, and it is a figure that I don't know if it's Captain Wang Li, and it's made by Damn Toys.
Okay, Damn Toys, yep.
And I'll put it in the thing for you. It is
excellent.
I love astronaut figures, and this figure is amazing. Here, I put it in the chat.
Right, let's have a look.
It's amazing.
You know what? Speaking of astronaut figures, I really want For All Mankind figures.
Oh man, that would be great. Where do you see this?
Suit with white space guns.
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's bring it up, everybody. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Look at that suit.
Dude, I know. And I'm like, click through it and see the detail on it.
Wow.
I'm like, come on. I'm looking at this going, yeah, I must have that.
For Damn Toys, this is next level. Damn Toys does some great stuff, but never anything to that level of engineering with the armor and all this stuff. This is a first for them.
Yeah, it's pricey, but I love the head sculpt.
Wow.
I mean,
this looks insane.
Doesn't that look insane?
Honestly, I have no I don't even know this film, but this figure, like as an item that you can own, the detail on this thing is next level.
Yeah,
I didn't see a picture of like a base or anything. Does it come with any bases?
I don't like yet. I don't know.
All right, getting to the end of the gallery. There we go. Oh yes, of course, it's Damn Toys. They give us a beautiful diorama base with the snow effect. They've even shown you the underside of the shoe being dirty.
Dude, I'm telling you, how can you not want this figure?
Just look at that base!
I know.
Oh man, that base is gorgeous. That's the one thing that Hot Toys lets me down on is their bases, because like companies like Damn Toys always give us beautiful diorama pieces, and then we just get like the same 3 bases from Hot Toys on repeat. Granted, the best value, the most bang for your buck is in the figure itself. Obviously, I'm not complaining about that, but like, look at this figure and then look at that base. It's just show-stopping. 454 Australian dollars. That's not far off the normal realm, I would think. If we compare it, so this is just to give you an idea of what Sideshow looks like for an Australian collector. Let's pick something like this Boba Fett, for instance. So for a Boba Fett, we would pay 381 Australian, and then $100 shipping on top, and then 10% tax on top of that. So
wow.
That's why I don't order from Sideshow, everyone, just to put this in perspective.
That's brutal.
Yeah. Correct.
Wow.
So, yeah. Everyone always comments, Toys Wonderland is so expensive, blah, blah, blah. There are other countries in the world, let us not forget. And not every country...
No. There was something else. There was another figure that I know what I was going to ask you. There are these figures that I'm obsessed by, but I don't know if I want to buy them. And they look like an anime girl, but in an astronaut suit.
Oh, are they made by
Oh God, what are they called? They're from World War III something.
I know the ones you're talking about, I think. I've seen someone review them. I forget what they are called. Hold on. Let me have a look. I know the guy's channel. Uh, let's have
And I was going to ask you about these because I look at them and I want them, but I don't know what they are.
They're interesting, and I think I know the one you're talking about. Let me go on the channel. Are they...
They're very colorful. Maybe they're... I think... You know who makes them? Blitzway makes them.
I think... Yes, I think...
They're Blitzway.
I think... They're kind of... Also kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's Blitzway 1/6 scale Hunter's Day after World War III.
Yes. That is the one.
Yes.
Right. Let's bring it up. Blitzway.
And the one I keep looking at, I mean, they've got...
The Boy. This is just called The Boy.
Yeah, that was the first one, but there's one... Let's see. I'll show you the one. The one that I want is the Hunter's Girl.
Okay, all right.
And I don't know if you've ever seen it, but
I have seen. Which
they might be on
this?
Sideshow too.
Yes, here we go. This is on Big Bad Toy Store. I think this is the one Rob is talking about. There we go.
Yes.
Is this the one you're talking about?
Yes.
The astronaut girl.
Yes. Again.
Ooh. Look at that base.
Yeah, dude, I know. That's what I was going to... That's what
Lego
made me...
guy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't... This is like their own IP.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's from animation or... But this figure looks astonishing.
Yeah. That's awesome. I like the hair, how it's going up to simulate, I guess, like a zero gravity type thing.
Yeah, you can do different things with it. I mean, look at the detail in that suit. The thing is, I don't really know what this is.
It's just one of those, like, until we have some sort of media to base it off, like, Mezco is making their own stuff now called, the Gomez, that cockroach guy.
Right.
But they also now have comics to go along with it, and then that's where you'll see a toy line really take off. Like, Transformers was doing okay with the comics, and then they did the animated series, and then it went insane. This looks like it could be a really interesting anime concept, kind of like the Love, Death, and Robots, or whatever they call it.
Right. And I just loved this particular figure.
Yeah. It looks awesome. There is another one in the line, this lady.
Yeah, although I didn't like that nearly as much.
Very revealing. And she basically has a minigun. I do agree that the astronaut one looks more interesting.
And then, have you seen the Blitzway Astro Boy that they've been doing?
Yes.
Like the $1,000 real deluxe figure Astro Boy?
Yes.
I mean, I love my Japanese sci-fi, and this thing is just amazing. How it's incredible. They have it at Big Bad Toy Store. It's really, I mean, it's just amazing.
Apparently, that is done potentially by Ashley Woods, who used to run 3A. Those designs.
Right. Yeah.
Potentially.
Like, I have a 3A, like a dead cosmonaut.
Yes.
Like an Ashley Wood dead cosmonaut with a big astronaut suit, and he's got a skull. I don't even know why I bought it. It's right over there. It's very cool. I mean...
It's badass?
It's badass. I'm like, I need to have... Why not? I don't know what it is, but I have it.
There you go.
But this Astro Boy, you know, it's $1,000, but it comes with the whole... It's amazing. But yeah,
$1,000 for an Astro Boy. I don't know. Maybe you'll see an Astro Boy review sometime on my channel.
It's pretty amazing, though. The way it comes in, you take off all the skin and everything, and it's in the pod, and it all lights up. It's pretty amazing.
Damn.
There's a lot to it.
Well, we shall see. We are at the end of our stream, Rob.
It was a fine stream.
Massive thank you to you for coming along and chatting to me about figures. We shall do this again. Is this time good for you? Yeah,
it's perfect for me. Absolutely.
Lovely. Excellent. Well, you are welcome any time. Is there anything you would like to plug while you're here, seeing as you always give me that opportunity?
Oh well, if you have Netflix, there is an adult anime that I worked on called Dota Dragon's Blood. You can watch the first 8 episodes. I was the animatic editor. We just got renewed for a second season, which is great. And if you play Dota, you can see I'm very proud of the work we did there. So it's very cool. Also, other than that, just my own YouTube show, my own YouTube channel, the Burnettwork, and my daily show, Observations. And we're going to do, theoretically, we're doing another show tomorrow morning,
Yes.
which you're welcome. Well, it's at noon our time, but Az will be there for that. And hopefully I'll get something before then to show.
That would be excellent. My package didn't arrive, unfortunately. I'm hoping it arrives soon, and then I should have something, if indeed I am awake at 5 a.m., which I was last night filming that Millennium Falcon cockpit, then I will definitely, come on, I will make it my mission to try and be awake at that hour for you.
Absolutely. That would be most excellent. But this has been a great stream. It was a great honor to join you on your own stream. I mean, I think your YouTube channel is essential viewing if you are a Hot Toys fan. I like your reviews. Not to put down anyone else's review. I watch Jetta Patrol's reviews. I do. I watch a lot of other people's, but yours are by far the best.
Thank you.
I like your clinical analysis. I mean, because nobody else does that kind of clinical analysis, but you do.
Yes, I try my best to talk about everything that I would want to know if I was looking to buy that thing. And I think if I can capture that, then I'm happy with the video, then hopefully you'll are happy with it too.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that that is working. But yes, a huge thank you to Rob for joining me on the stream, and a huge thank you to everyone in the chat for the amazing support with all the super chats, and also all of the brand new Justin's Collection Plus members. If you are a new member, check out the community tab. There is about 10 early access videos already live for you. So you have a whole bunch of content right off the bat, and there is more always on the way. Plus, join the Justin's Collection Plus members only Facebook group. The link is in the community tab. But a huge thank you goes to every single one of you who have come along, watched the stream. We will definitely be doing it again. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.